What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. I almost said the Jake Talk Sports podcast. That would have been really bad. I was in that mode. I just recorded an episode for that a couple of days ago. Welcome back to the Run the North podcast. Today we are doing a bit of an NFL hot take episode for you guys. We grabbed a bunch from our Twitter, and we each will have one of our own, hopefully, as long as these two guys come up with one while we're filming the episode. I at least have one to unleash that they'll probably kill me for, so we'll do that.
I can always come up with
before
one.
we get into all of that, before we get into arguing about these hot takes, boys, how are we doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm wearing a basketball jersey today. That's a first.
Yeah.
But it's in honor of the only bull I care about. I'm not going to pull my jersey up, but it's a Kobe White jersey. Yeah. The only bull I give a shit about right now.
I miss Kyle Lowry.
This is some shit. I don't own any NBA jerseys. And I don't know. I just got a new Calvin Ridley
jersey.
Dude,
I'd be wearing my Packers jersey if I knew where it was.
I could swap to I got tons of Vikings jerseys I could swap to. I could swap to my absolutely noticeably fake Percy Harvin one. Like, it's laid out correctly.
I think it's
the
funnier
purple's
that
not
way.
Purple. Like, it's blue. It's 100%
funnier
blue.
that way.
Oh,
it's actually
dude,
a Seahawks jersey.
It was back when I was poor, so I was ordering like knockoff jerseys from China, and they look fine until you put it next to an actual one, and you go, "Oh, that ain't right."
This one's a
incredible.
knockoff. So
There you go.
I spent real money.
think.
I spent real money on one NBA jersey, and I regret it because
Please tell me it's somebody awful.
it's this idiot.
What, Zach
He needs
Levine's
to
a
get off my
goat?
basketball team.
Why do you want to get rid of
No.
Zach Levine?
I want to get rid of everything. Bulls need to blow it up.
Zach Levine's like 27.
I know you can
So-
get good value out of him.
Or build the team around him correctly.
He's not a player you build around.
Hey, if you're
People
trading,
said that
if you're
about
getting rid of
D-Book,
anybody
too,
on
and
that
you're-
team right now, it's DeMar DeRozan. See ya. Get out of here.
Yeah,
There's the
listen,
door,
in
pal.
order,
Like-
Vucevic, DeRozan, everybody
Hey.
else, then Levine.
Let me tell you
Patrick
what,
Williams,
there
okay.
ain't nobody who's trading for Vooch on a 3-year deal right now. There is
Bro,
no
that-
shot
I know
they
it's
are doing that.
Dude,
This is why I don't
no
like
team would
basketball.
do
The Bulls
that.
are fucking incompetent. What's new?
hey, man, could be worse. You could be a Timberwolves
Arturas
fan.
Karnisovas
You
is
could be a
worse than
Timberwolves
Ryan
fan.
Pace.
You could have Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
you could have.
I'll
You could have
swap
3
ya.
big men,
You can have
You could have
Rudy.
3
We'll have
big men.
Vooch. We'll take Vooch.
and none of them are
Rudy
actually
plays
that good at
defense.
being big
That's
men.
all I care about.
Oh, God. See,
Yeah,
you say
but
that.
that's all he does. That's all he
Good.
does. Because then you don't
Good.
have an offensive big. You don't have nobody who
I
can
don't
score the
care.
ball as a big. You
I don't
need that.
care.
That's something that you
I don't
need.
care.
And
There's
he's
a reason
not
why no team
like,
Rudy Gobert
he's
has ever been on has
incredible
won
at
anything.
defense until the playoffs, where you're gonna play Joel
I'm
Embiid
not
and he's
making
gonna
it to
get
the
shit on.
playoffs.
You
I know,
actually
exactly.
probably
Game.
will.
Like
If you
Gobert,
stay
like,
healthy, you're a playoff team.
Gobert.
That's the key.
Yeah, I mean,
They
like
don't stay
Gobert is
healthy.
like literally, he can't play
Look
out
at
on the
Lonzo.
perimeter.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I know
dude.
you can't play perimeter defense.
Lonzo,
That's so
The
unfortunate.
Bulls would have
I
been
don't know what's
good if
going on,
Lonzo
dude.
Ball's knee didn't explode.
they were good when Lonzo.
Yeah, exactly.
They were
That's-
the one
That's
seed in
my
the East
issue
for
with the
like a
Bulls.
huge stretch
They-
of last year.
Yeah, they built the team very well. Arturas had a clear vision, and it was a good one. But Lonzo's knee completely exploding and taking him out of basketball.
Yeah,
and then
That
Vooch
ruined
suddenly
it.
being bad.
Yeah,
That and,
Vooch
like,
fell off a cliff,
the
and
whole-
Lonzo's knee exploded. So now, instead of
The whole
shifting
Caruso,
gears and changing
Grayson Allen
direction,
thing
yeah. But
when Caruso
instead of
broke his wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of shifting gears like a good GM where you can adapt and change things, he said, no, we're just going to keep running it back and hope it works eventually. Hate to tell you, it's not going to fucking work, ever. Because without Lonzo, the team falls apart. If you don't have the floor general, the team's going to fall apart. And then on top of that, your top 2 players are both incredibly inconsistent. So,
Well,
you're
I mean, I'll
fucked.
take
One more
Zach
than the
Levine
other.
back if you really want to get rid of
yeah,
him.
DeMar.
though.
I just want Jimmy back.
Honestly, bro, same.
Jimmy's about to play with Dame Lillard. I think he's good where he's at.
Maybe.
God, I hope so. Dude, if Portland
hope
does
so,
what
yeah,
you
but-
said they should do, Jake, I'm gonna kick you in the dick.
Which is what?
Well, he's been our best player and has taken discounts to stay here and has done nothing but help us. So we should trade him to anywhere he doesn't want to go because fuck you.
Here's the thing. I believe that your job as an NBA GM is not to be like, oh, you want to go to Miami? Here, we'll take you for Tyler Hero and like a second round pick. No, your job is not to be like, okay, Dame, you can go wherever you want for a bad package. The Heat do not have a good package to offer. If he wants to actually like build a winning basketball team, there is no way he's just going to be like, okay, I'll take the worst deal.
Sorry, I was
it's a players' league.
Is the best basketball player ever.
No. But the thing is, it's a players' league. If you show the players that you're just going to be a
gigantic weenie about this, and it's so funny to watch.
What do you mean?
Because dude, his agent is literally calling teams and being like, if you guys trade for him, he's just not going to play for you, and you're going to waste.
How is that being a gigantic weenie?
He in Portland for a decade.
In a weenie.
Let him make his own decisions.
No, dude.
Oh no, and the player wants to say in his fate. How dare he?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a no trade clause. Don't care. Trade him for the best package.
Okay.
Get your bag.
So
go home.
Trade him for the best package, then let every player you draft and sign ever leave because your GM's a stupid piece of shit. It's a players' league. The players are gonna see how you treated the best player in your franchise's history and go, oh, that's how you treat him? Nah, fuck Portland.
Real. You
want Scoot to sign a second contract? Because he won't. If that's how you treat Dame, I promise. He won't sign there.
That's such a funny name.
Promise.
Is his birth name?
They sure want a lot with him.
Name. I hope it's his birth name as well, because that's legendary.
If their GM was half competent.
I don't think Scoot is his big name.
Big name?
His real name.
Maybe it's like, maybe his birth name is Scooter, and he goes by Scoot. That would be even better.
His real name is Sterling.
Aww.
Sterling
That's
Henderson.
So underwhelming.
Yeah.
Scoot's so much better. I see why he goes by Scoot.
Which is why he goes by Scoot.
What year were you born? Either of you?
2003.
You're both older than Scoot.
Well, when was he born? 2004? No way.
Yeah.
No way. That's crazy. Well, Geek, you're saying this, but you're older than
I've already come to grips with the fact that I'm
You're older than everybody drafted in the NBA draft this year.
Yeah, I've already come to grips. I alady know that though. I've already come to grips with the fact. The only thing you could say is, well, Hendon Hooker and Jared Hall were 25, so I still got them. I got 2 years. I got 2 years to make my NFL
How old is Wembanyama?
18,
17.
19. Oh, fuck.
I'm pretty sure he's 17.
Dude, I know the kid the Blackhawks just drafted is like...
No, he's 19. He's 19. Connor Bedard is 17.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard is 17. That dude,
the savior of Chicago hockey is...
That dude is... That dude is literally like... He's McDavid, like...
I apparently can't be a Hawks fan because their front office is shady and gross.
The front office is shady and gross, which is why... I really wish somebody else won the lottery because Connor Bedard, they don't deserve Connor Bedard. But that dude is going to be insane in the league.
This is why I don't entertain other sports. The Bears never do anything shady or gross. They're just idiots.
That's true. He's got us there. He's right.
Is he?
Yeah, I'd rather support a dumb team.
All my front offices.
No one up top has ever done anything shady or gross that's been public. We've had players do dumb shit, but no front offices.
All my front offices are completely fine.
Like Joshua Bellamy committed COVID relief fraud.
What do I know?
The Raptors front office is fine. The Blue Jays front office is fine. The Sharks front office is fine.
The Rockies have the worst front office in baseball. So.
Well, they're not shady. They're just stupid.
No, well,
are they shady?
They're something. I don't know.
They're just
at this point
a bunch of morons.
No, they're. Think of how the Oakland Athletics run their team, and then make it worse, and you've got the Rockies.
Put it in the other league. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's tough.
Like
I need to get my dick out of Denver merch, man.
The Timberwolves. The Timberwolves. Traded 3 first-round picks for Gobert.
The Timberwolves are just stupid, but they're not. They're not.
Vikings front office is on the uprise.
And like
Questy
just looking at
everybody.
ownership, the Vikings ownership has always been. No,
and then
I shouldn't say always.
You don't have an NHL team really, so
the Wild,
if it would be, it's the Wild. And their front office is fine.
Yeah.
But
they're all just kind of
stupid.
Takes, also, I'm doing pretty good. It's been 10 minutes, but I'm doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, you hadn't said anything.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Miller's
we're
got
really
his Falcon.
we're really off track when Miller's doing the Falcon
Bro just
thing.
doesn't understand baseball. Which,
That's true. He can't talk about it.
Why does everybody hate Pete Alonso?
Hey, all I have to say before we say anything else, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a home run derby champion.
Boba Fett better.
Man, no.
Boba Fett?
I love Boba Fett so much.
Oh,
But Vladdy's the best player in the Jays. He's the best player in the AL East. Not even close.
Boba Fett better. Boba Fett's daddy was better.
That is true, but Vladdy is definitely the better baseball player out of those two.
No, I said Boba Fett's better, and then Boba Fett's daddy was better, as in.
I know Dante Bichette was better than Vlad Sr.
I love Dante.
That, but I think Vlad is better than.
Dude, I'm just being biased. I haven't watched the Blue Jays play. It's just Dante.
Vladdy's the best player.
Dante Bichette, Rocky. So Boba Fett better.
He's the second best player in the AL East behind Aaron Judge. But no, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And everybody hates Pete Alonso because he plays for the Mets. That's why.
I get that he hit the ball and the kid missed and got hit by it. I don't know.
Vladdy.
No, I thought Pete Alonso hit the kid.
No, I just watched the TikTok clip of it. It was Vladdy. But he smoked one to left field.
So the entire Twitter blamed
unless it happened
Pete.
Twice.
It might have.
I definitely saw a TikTok of Vladdy hitting a kid.
How do you get to be the kid out there shagging fly balls and just get
I don't know.
killed?
I want to do that.
Bro broke
I want to do that
his
so badly.
Funko Pop. Oh, it comes off the base and you didn't know? He had a whole panic attack there. The emotions on this man's face.
So Miller doesn't leave the call here.
Max Rebo.
Let's get into some NFL hot takes brought to you by the Run the North Twitter page. Go follow us on Twitter, by the way. Cheeky little plug there at Run the North Pod. We'll be doing questions like this. I don't know why. He
stole that from me.
I've been watching.
Cheeky. That's what you want.
I've been watching too much Ted Lasso, so I'm sorry, guys.
There you go. Yo, somebody want to give me their Apple TV account so I can watch that fucking
generational TV. It's so good.
I refuse to pay for another streaming service. I just do.
If you have Max, you should watch Succession. That's another good one. But
you should watch.
I illegally pirate all of my television shows and movies.
The Bear
was
I'm definitely interested in watching.
Dude,
I haven't started it, but I've heard good things.
And I can speak on this from an actual, personal level. It gets the running a family restaurant thing real well.
I work at a family
restaurant. You ran a family restaurant?
Yeah, we had one for 18 years.
There was a restaurant called the Geek Slice?
No.
What?
No.
Geek Burger?
Dude,
I'll have one Geek
that
Burger,
show's
please.
got me wanting to open a restaurant again, though. What did you just say?
One Geek Burger.
One Geek Burger, please.
Hey, y'all go watch the video of me making the Geeking Out burger. People say it's the best thing they've ever eaten.
I was gonna say
that's a real thing, and it was
incredible. I couldn't remember what the name was for it.
When we go to the NFL draft next year, you have to bring the materials to make it, and
dude,
we'll.
Do you want to know how much one of those burgers costs to make?
To make, probably upwards of $50.
Close, because I went full on asshole and ground up ribeye steaks for the meat.
Okay,
and,
if you do that.
Well,
sure.
It was for the content,
sure,
and
pal.
it made the greatest burger you've ever eaten. It was incredible. But moving on.
Yeah, so our first hot take, I don't have who said these, so if it's you, shout out to you. But
I will be the man on the Twitter to tell you who did it.
Nice.
I will give the people their credit.
The first one on the list is that this probably was said by a couple people. The Texans will get 7 wins. This was Mason. I know that for a fact that this was Mason.
Hold on, Pete, before you answer, I need you to roll for initiative.
Yes.
Don't do this.
I don't have a dice.
Please don't.
I'm rolling.
Don't do this.
We're
rolling.
rolling.
Not a D&D podcast.
We're rolling. We could be, motherfucker. You don't know.
We are not part of my take.
Oh, that 20!
Hold on, I can beat that.
No, you can't.
With a 10.
Does that mean that Geek doesn't get to speak for the rest of the hot take?
No, that means that Miller gets to speak
you have to
first.
go last. Yeah, so
So I go in the middle.
The Texans make the playoffs?
No.
The Texans will get 7 wins, although that second one is on the list at some point.
Okay, I was gonna say
this one is just the Texans getting 7 wins.
What's their schedule look like?
That's what I just googled.
Let me pull it up right now.
Stroud was the most ready out of the quarterbacks this year.
Here's what they got. Okay, they open with the Ravens.
Okay.
Then they have Colts, Jags, Steelers, Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Bucks, Bengals, Cardinals, Jags, Broncos, Jets, Titans, Browns, Titans, Colts.
I don't think that's crazy.
7's definitely possible.
Oh, absolutely.
They can probably split all the division series, except for maybe the Jags. Mm-hmm. They could even split the Jags.
Yeah.
Because, listen, you've got a great run game, and that's the foundation of a team that is at least good in the regular season. Their offensive line's greatly improved. You've got C.J. Stroud, who is young, but like I said, he was the most NFL-ready quarterback in this class.
Mm-hmm.
You have a defense that isn't perfect, but is ran by DeMeco Ryans, and we all know it's going to be at least above average.
And you cooked with
and the
your
receiver
draft
core is not
class.
bad. Yeah, and they drafted really well. 7 wins is absolutely attainable.
I would say 7 wins is. I don't
think that's crazy at all.
I don't want to discredit Mason here, but I don't think this is that hot of a take, honestly.
No, it definitely is. They've been the worst team in football for 4 years. So
just the idea of the Texans winning more than 5 games is a hot take. But if you really sit down and look at the roster, it doesn't seem that crazy.
The Texans couldn't win more than 5 games with Deshaun Watson leading the NFL in yards and touchdowns. So the idea of them winning 7 with their roster now, it is hot because this team sucked for a long time.
I mean,
yeah.
Now
but it's a different team now. New front office, new coaching
they don't
staff,
have Bill O'Brien.
Different roster.
They didn't have a running game back when Watson was. Well, Watson was the run game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even remember who the running back was.
They've got Damian Pierce and Troy Hairston, one of the best backfield tandems in the league.
And their offensive line is much better than it was that year.
They added
everything is improved about
really
the
solid
Texans.
security blanket.
Evan Jordan and they have Dalton Schultz too now. They got him in free agency.
Yeah,
they got a bunch of.
And John Mechie is about to pop off.
John Mechie's coming back. Tank Dell's there. Nico Collins is someone I like a lot.
They got Nico Collins.
They
got Robert Woods for veteran presence.
Yeah.
They did get Xavier Hutchinson. Like I said, they have Robert Woods for veteran presence.
Defensive line's going to be good. You got Will Anderson on one side of it.
Will Anderson. I really wish they still had
Okoronkwo.
That would be sick.
Linebacker core solid. Secondary is going to be good. We've got Thomas Booker, who was one of the guys that I liked because Brett Coleman liked. I won't lie, that is a take I stole from Brett Coleman because he was crazy high on him. I was like, okay, let me check it out, and he was him. Let's see here. Their other defensive tackles, they've got Sheldon Rankins and Malik Collins.
Okay.
Yeah, they could cook.
Then they've got
the linebacker
Chase Vinovich, Jerry Hughes, Jonathan Grenard, who's solid.
Didn't they sign Denzel Perryman to be a linebacker as well?
They
Denzel
did.
Perryman,
They drafted
Christian Christian Harris.
They drafted
Corey Littleton's there.
They drafted 2. Didn't they get
Henry
Toa? Yeah.
Toa? Oh, okay.
And Dylan Horton. No, he's listed as an ed. Never mind.
Now they have, obviously Stingley's there.
Shaq Griffin, Steven Nelson, Desmond King, Tavier Thomas.
Jimmy that defense might be incredible.
Yeah, Jalen Peach. That defense.
No.
D'Amico has done
a lot to cook with.
He's done more with less.
They handed that man the ingredients and the kitchen. We just got to see what happens. But
the offense could be a little shaky depending on how Stroud looks, but that defense.
I don't think it'll take him that long to get acclimated.
I think Stroud
if any of the quarterbacks are going to acclimate quickly, it's going to be him.
The biggest issue with Stroud is his play under pressure. And their offensive line's good enough where that's not going to be a huge issue. It's not like he's stepping into Chicago with their offensive line 2 years ago. His offensive line is at least above average. Titus Howard isn't great, but Shaq Mason, Laramie Tunsil, Kenyon Green picked it up in the back half of last year. Juice Scruggs was a really nice center. He's going to have time to throw the ball.
8 times in his first start, like Justin.
And he's got good backs to rely on. Dalton Schultz is a great security blanket. Yeah. Texans.
I think we're all pretty much in agreement here that we all kind of can get on board with this take. Moving right along here, our second one. I just mentioned getting sacked 8 times. Fields has an MVP type season. We had to come across this one. We talked about it briefly before the recording. I do love Justin Fields. I don't know if he'll be quite MVP caliber this year. He definitely could be. He has the narratives behind him. He has DJ Moore now, and DJ Moore could do what he did for Josh Allen, what Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen, what Jamar Chase did for Joe Burrow. You do all these things. I don't know if I can see myself saying that he's going to outperform guys like Hurts and Burrow and Herbert and Allen and Mahomes and really play at that MVP level.
Are the Bears good enough to be a playoff team? Because you have to at least be a wild card team. But realistically, you have to win the North. You have to win your division to be an MVP, realistically.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to.
Unless it's some historically great season. If he has the greatest quarterback season of all time, then he'll win it just off of that. But odds aren't there. So he has to win the division. And are the Bears as a team good enough to do that? I don't know. Do I think Fields is going to cook this year? Yeah. That's what I got.
He should.
Here's the thing, right? First of all, I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, obviously, because this is my team. So you've got Justin Fields, who last year showed immense promise, despite having nothing. So you go out, completely beef up his offensive line, take one of the worst lines in the league to a line that should at least be average. You go out and trade for one of the 10, 12, maybe 15 best receivers in the league. I get him a true number 1. That shifts Darnell Mooney to number 2. He's going to be one of the better number 2s in the league. You have Cole Kmet, who was the hottest tight end to end the season last year, scored more touchdowns than any tight end in the league. You give him a running back room that, it pains me to say it because of how much I love David Montgomery, but is better than what he had last year as a whole. His defense, everywhere except for edge rushers, got better. And even then, there's a world where the edges got better, but considering the leading sack guy from defensive end had 3, that's not saying a lot. So if Fields in the offense can have a big year, which you guys are in agreement is very, very possible, if not likely, the defense just needs to be average, and that's kind of Matt Eberflus's bread and butter. If you go back and look at what he was doing with the Colts, that defense was always average. And now you have a great safety tandem in Eddie Jackson and Jaquan Brisker. You have a really promising secondary with Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, who is one of my favorite corners in the class, and Kyler Gordon, who's finally going to be playing in the nickel full-time and looked really damn good when he was doing it. You have arguably the best linebacker core in the league with Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell, Dylan Cole. I can go on. Interior of the defensive line has promise. You've got Justin Jones, who at the very least, despite what Packers fans may think, is going to be solid now that he's actually playing his position and is not a 3-tech being forced into playing nose tackle. You had Andrew Billings, who's a solid nose tackle. You've got some potential with Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens. And edge rushers have never been something that Eberflus needs to be average. Obviously, they matter, but for his defense, he can get away with having mediocre edge rushers. So, like you guys said, if the Bears can making the playoffs in a world where Fields statistically takes a major step forward and just makes a lot of highlight plays, because the MVP, as much as it is the most valuable player, it's what player has the best narrative and is in the spotlight the most. And if you take a team that was picking number 1 overall last year, pull them out of the dirt and take them to the playoffs, you have a pretty strong case. And like you guys said, if they can maybe win the division, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's kind of the Vikings' division to lose, and I don't see them losing it. But if they can amass, 10, 11, maybe 12 wins, which in the NFC right now isn't that crazy because of how bad it is, then it's possible. I don't think Justin Fields is going to win MVP by any means. I think that's a tall task. But I wouldn't be surprised if he got a couple votes. Hell, he got one last year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if he was in the conversation at all.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I think Miller just perfectly capped off anything we could have talked about there. So, yeah,
the person he has to look out for is in his division, but in a different position.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
CJ Ham.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Ham God.
Yep. Henry Pearson. No. This Packers new fullback.
Yeah.
This, you know who that is. Yeah. But this next one, the the Dolphins finish as a top 2 seed in the AFC. That would mean they have to win the division, obviously. And even if they did, they would have to finish over. I mean,
they'd have to be better than the Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals,
they wouldn't have to be better than the Chiefs.
To be a top 2 seed, they have to be better than one of the Chiefs. Technically, you can throw the Chargers, the Bengals, the Ravens.
Chiefs, Bengals,
the Jaguars, who aren't going to have a crazy schedule and have the easiest division.
I just think with how hard the AFC East is going to be this year, I don't think their chances of winning the division are very high. I'm pretty high on the Jets. I think that their defense is going to be pretty good this year. Obviously, the Bills are the Bills. And even the Patriots have given the Dolphins trouble, so they might not even be able to sweep them.
And in a world where the Patriots end up with Cook and Hopkins...
Yeah, they might not even be the worst, because Bill Belichick can maneuver what they are into a pretty solid team. So I don't think that this one's going to happen. I think the Dolphins are going to make the 6th or the 7th seed. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think so. I think their offense is way too good to not make the playoffs. But I think they'll be like the 6th or 7th seed. I don't think they're going to win the division. Even if they did, I think they'd be probably 3rd or 4th.
Dude, their O-line sucks so hard.
Their O-line sucks. Tua has already been through a lot. We don't know what's going to
be with Tua.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Tua.
And we don't know if Tua will finish the year.
Yeah, if Tua starts getting pressure put on him and he's taking a lot of hits, they could be in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
It sucks because their run game is going to be so good and their defense is really good too. It's just... and then obviously the passing game is going to be at the very least.
I mean, to be fair,
even
if the offensive line isn't great, with how quick he's able to get the ball out in this offense, they still managed to be one of the best teams in the AFC until he got hurt last year.
That's the issue, though, is he'll just get hurt again if their line sucks.
I don't trust Tua to stay healthy, if I'm being completely honest. I love Tyreek and Waddle. I think they're arguably the best receiver duo in the league, but you can't. If you can't trust your quarterback to stay healthy, it's hard to project you're going to be a top 2 seed in your conference. In order for that to happen, you either have to get massively lucky or your quarterback has to be healthy all season.
Tua's never been healthy a whole season, not just with concussion.
No, Tua hasn't
He's
played
never played a full season.
Games.
He never even played a full season in college.
No,
dude has never played a full season at any level of the sport. I can't bet on him to do it now. I just can't.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, I can't see them staying in contention for a top 2 seed. No. I think it'll be the exact same thing where they are for the first 8 to 9 weeks. Tua goes down. If Tua gets hurt,
and they picked a way worse backup,
they're just gonna fall. Yeah, I don't even know who their backup is currently. Oh, it is okay.
Which doesn't fit their system. They had the perfect backup for their system.
They did. Yeah, I don't even know where Teddy's at right now. Where's Teddy?
He's not. Which is the wildest thing to me.
Packer.
I would be so mad.
Packer.
I'd be so pissed.
Wait, who's a Packer? What are we talking about?
I'm saying Teddy.
He wants Teddy to be a Packer.
I want Teddy to be Jordan Love's backup this year.
No, but Teddy would beat Jordan Love out, though, right?
Even if okay, fine. I'd be okay with that.
Because the Packers might be a playoff team.
Teddy, yeah, we might just be
Teddy would cook,
there.
And I love Teddy, but I want him to cook anywhere else.
Yeah. Do either of you have any other thoughts to cap off the Dolphins thing? I know me and Geek talked a lot about
if it wasn't for their offensive line, I would be fighting back against this so hard.
Yeah.
It's just so tough. If you don't, if you're not good in the I shouldn't say in the trenches, because on defense, their defensive line's fucking incredible. But if you don't have a good offensive line, it's hard to say you're going to be that great. I think they're a playoff team. I think they'll sneak in. But I don't. Top 2 seed, no, I don't see it. Especially considering the Bengals didn't really get worse, the Chiefs didn't really get worse, the Ravens got better, the Chargers got better. The Jaguars, like Geek said, don't have a bad schedule, and Trevor Lawrence is only getting better. Second year in an offense with Doug Peterson. I unfortunately don't see it as much as I want to. Obviously, you guys know I'm as big of a Dolphins fan as anyone that is not actually a Dolphins fan is. I love Miami. I love what they're doing. I love Mike McDaniel, but I don't see it.
So yeah, again, another little pretty consensus answer from us. We're not too high on that pick. But this one is a pretty focused individual take, but plain and simple, this take says that the Bears will beat the Chiefs. I mean, I don't get where it's coming from or like what, if there's any point of argument here.
No, Miller, this one I'm sorry. There's no
I do
no
not
way.
think they're going to beat the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to throw for like 450. Like he's going to have the best game of his career.
I don't know about 450. No, the Bears defense is not that bad.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is not. Mahomes has a historic day bad.
Who's shutting down Kelsey?
Mahomes is only going to throw
Tremaine
350.
Edmonds.
He's only going to throw 350.
The last time Tremaine Edmonds played Travis Kelsey, he went for 3 tuds and made him look like a child.
Okay, well, they didn't.
And now he
Edmonds
doesn't have
in that
any
game.
support on him at all. Not the same.
What do you mean he doesn't have any support?
Yeah, do the Bears have Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer? I didn't think so.
They have Eddie Jackson and Jaquan Brisker, which isn't that far off. And coverage isn't that far off. Listen, I give Eddie Jackson more shit than anybody. In coverage, he's one of the best safeties in football.
Except nobody covers Travis Kelsey. That's like the shtick
I'm
here.
not.
So
I mean, no.
You're then
No,
relying on
Eddie
Eddie Jackson to make a tackle.
Miller, I want
No,
you.
you're relying on Eddie Jackson to jump up and make a play, which he does.
Miller, answer me You haven't said one way or another yet. Answer me with 100% honesty. Do you think the Chicago Bears are going to beat the Chiefs? Yes or no?
Any given Sunday.
Oh my God.
Oh my lord.
Any given Sunday. Do I think it's likely? Absolutely not.
I am saying this on the podcast.
Do I think it's possible? Absolutely.
Hey, you can pull the tape. If this happens, if they beat the Chiefs, I will own a Justin Fields jersey. That'll be it.
It's not even that big of a punishment. You like Justin Fields.
What's a bear you hate?
It.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of who
Gotta get him a Sam Mustipher jersey.
No,
who's the
you would like Mustipher.
Who's the one dude who punched the Saints player? I want that guy's jersey.
No, you know who you got to get?
Who?
Danny Trevathan.
Ah.
I don't know much about Danny Trevathan.
Remember when he almost killed Devontae Adams?
Yeah.
On a really dirty hit.
That guy?
Yeah.
Remember Adams was like stood up and Edmonds for whatever, or not Edmonds, fucking Trevathan for whatever reason decided to come in helmet first.
Fine.
And smack him.
I'm gonna make the stakes a little bit less on myself.
Eddie Jackson.
If the Bears beat them by double digits, by 10 or more.
That's cheating. That's so cheating.
No, to be the Danny Trevathan jersey?
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Beat them by double digits, I'll buy a Danny Trevathan jersey.
If it just beats
that's the
them, it'll
deal.
be a Fields jersey.
Fine.
It'll just be my incentive to go ahead and buy a Fields jersey that I actually kind of want deep down.
Yeah,
because I love Justin
Dude,
Fields.
I stand by the only Bears jersey I will buy is the white throwback. That is it. So
Yeah, no, I mean, if we're talking about this objectively, right?
Yeah.
Let me think here. I know Kelsey, I mean, obviously Kelsey's going to be a bitch to cover, but the thing is, the Bears' defense over the middle of the field, I think, is going to be really good this year. And obviously, Kelsey's a different beast.
I was going to
but
say,
you don't
Kelsey,
have to
it doesn't
stop
matter.
Kelsey. You just have to hinder him a little bit.
Sure.
Here's the thing. The Bears' corners are going to be good. I don't think there's any arguing that they're going to be good.
Sure.
Who do the Chiefs have at wide receiver?
See, that's the thing. They're not big names, but as long as they're healthy, I'm sorry, Kadarius Toney's going to cook anyone on that Bears defense, and anyone on most defenses.
I mean, yeah.
Kadarius Toney's
Toney's never healthy.
Yeah, but don't the Chiefs Bears? Chiefs Bears. My brain.
I don't know when the game is.
I gotta look. I gotta look. If it's early in the season,
part of
it's
that
no shot.
It's in the first 5 weeks.
Ooh,
I think
changes things a lot.
Oh,
I think
it's
it's week
September
4.
24th.
I think that's like week 3 or week 4.
So that's week 3 or 4.
I still stand by any given Sunday, but
okay,
the odds
but
just
that's the
increased.
answer for any game.
The odds just decreased tremendously.
Yeah.
If they're playing them in the first 5 weeks,
if we're going by any given
the
Sunday,
odds are
the Packers are going
very
17-0.
Right? Any given Sunday, man.
Vikings are going 17-0, and
it's
they're going to
not
win.
happen.
Super Bowl champs. Any given Sunday. Not any given Monday though. We're fucked on Monday.
They're gonna go 17-0.
Well, they're gonna go 15-2 actually, because we got 2 Monday night games.
And win every single Sunday, and then their wild card game or maybe their divisional game will fall on a Saturday. And they'll lose.
It'll be some shit.
Yeah, playing them in the first 5 weeks is a whole different beast.
Yeah,
but
like the only reason I give Minnesota a shot at the Chiefs is because it's in Minnesota. Give me that
do the
crowd.
Bears play them in Arrowhead?
Yes.
Yeah, but
oh shit.
Question for you: who's covering Travis Kelce?
But we have actual guys, like other than just Edmonds. Like we got a whole list. I'm sure Daniil Hunter will be out there covering.
Okay, listen, if we're talking outside of defensive ends, the Bears have guys too. Let's be real here.
Zach Sanborn's going to eat Travis Kelce alive. Let's be real.
I'm just saying, Edmonds is good in coverage now. Edwards is really good in coverage. He doesn't have the physical dominance, but he's smart in coverage. It doesn't matter,
though. And that's even a thing for the Vikings. Travis Kelce, I don't know how it happens.
Sure.
Nobody's ever guarded him. I don't know how it works. There's never a defender within 40 yards of the asshole. I don't understand.
By that logic, if we're just going by the logic of this, the Chiefs are going to win because Kelce is always open. How can we ever pick against the Chiefs?
We don't. That's the thing.
How could the Chiefs ever lose a game?
When's the last time you picked against the Chiefs?
When was the last time Mahomes didn't play football?
Right. Like,
hey, whoa.
I picked against him in the Super Bowl.
Bengals. Pick the Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
Bengal good win game was against the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true. You went Bengals.
Yeah, because I had faith in them freaking Joseph Osai, which is so ironic because I thought Joseph Osai was going to be really good last year.
He wasn't that bad, but damn.
No, he was good. It's just
it didn't matter.
Was rough.
It didn't matter how good he was. That mistake killed his rep.
Yeah.
To cap off this hot take, no, they will not beat the Chiefs.
There's a chance.
There's always a chance.
Crazier things have happened.
Now it's time for me to be biased because this next take.
Remember when the 0-win Chiefs beat the undefeated Packers like 8 years ago?
You remember when the 0-win Browns beat the fucking Patriots?
Yeah, because he said nothing crazier. He said crazier things haven't happened. That was crazier.
Yeah, and what happened that year? Oh wait. They didn't win the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't remember what year that was.
That was either the year they won the Super Bowl or the year that they got crushed by the Falcons in the playoffs. I can't remember. I always get those years flip-flop. But yeah, time for me to be biased because this next take, the Packers can get 10 wins. This came from NFL Steven, of course.
Yes, of course.
And we talked about this a little bit in the Packers preview we did over on Miller's channel here. Yes and no. They sure could.
It all depends on Jordan Love.
Yeah, your schedule isn't hard.
Like, their ceiling is 11 wins, I think, for me. And the floor is like 5, I believe, is like where I've got them at. Because to be realistic
there's so many
here,
50-50 games.
They're probably going to start the year 1-1, lose to the Bears, beat the Falcons.
See, maybe, but the Falcons is a 50-50 game.
Yeah, no, the Falcons can beat this year. The Saints, I don't know what they're going to be. They could beat them, but they also could lose to them. The Lions, I think they'll lose to. I think they can beat the Raiders, but Jimmy G always has our number for some reason, so who knows? He's not even a Raider yet.
Yeah, but Tay's revenge game is there.
He's going to go crazy, yeah. The Broncos, I don't think they're going to beat the Broncos. I think Sean Payton's going to outcoach Matt LaFleur pretty easily there. The Vikings, the first time.
Wait, what's the second time we play you? Second time, some sort of pride time game. So we're beating you this one. We're beating you early.
Yeah. The Rams, I hope we beat them. The Steelers.
But if Stafford's healthy, man.
Yeah, but that defense is so booty. That defense is so bad.
Yeah, but who's stopping Aaron Donald? You have to have time to throw to your receivers, and
ain't nobody else rushing the passer. Just put all 5 of our guys on him. That'll
respect
work.
Kobe Turner.
The Steelers, I think they could beat the Steelers. I think that defense can be good enough to contain Kenny Pickett. Chargers will probably lose that one. Lions, I think we're gonna split with them. So I'll get them the win. They'll lose to the Chiefs. I think they'll beat the Giants. I think they'll beat the Bucks. I think they'll beat the Panthers.
See, but all of those games are 50-50.
Then they'll beat the Bears the second time around.
There's a world where the Packers win 11 games, and there's a world where they win like 3. Like,
Yeah.
I am going to say that I'm on board with this take. I think they can get 10 wins. They can.
Could
I'm not saying that
they?
will.
Absolutely.
This isn't they will. This is they can.
Once
I
again,
think they can get 10 wins.
any given Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jordan
but
Love.
like my actual take,
know,
I'm
we
gonna
know
go
this.
no, they can't. I'm sorry, you couldn't win 10 with Rodgers. You're not winning 10 with Love. I
Our
refuse.
schedule was definitely a lot harder last year.
Sure,
This year though.
but Rodgers,
So,
I'm still
the
gonna
door's
go
open.
with Rodgers played better than Love.
yeah,
Rodgers
no,
wasn't
there's
that
no
Not only
bad.
that,
A big
there's
thing
no
was your
reason-
receiving
there's no
core
reason-
sucked.
but you're not going
No
to have
reason to
Gary
really-
to start the year.
Yeah.
Joe
really
Barry is still
Comes
employed.
back soon. Yep, there's the thing.
Let me think.
Bakhtiari's been like the spottiest health
Yeah.
guy
Right.
ever.
Your
And if he
O-line
doesn't
could
play,
be, and who knows if Elgton's gonna be back yet? Like
I think he will
actually
be.
back?
He was-
Linebacker
he
core is a
seemed-
mess.
He's gonna play. I don't know if he'll be himself.
I'm
but
going
Safeties
odds.
suck.
I'm gonna go no.
If I was a betting man, I would say that they get under 10 wins.
I'm
if that
betting
was the
on no.
line.
Yeah,
What is
agree.
their line?
If I'm betting, I'm saying no, but it's possible.
Their line is 7.5 right now. Vegas wise.
Damn,
Probably
that's
still
a tough
taking-
line.
I wouldn't.
That's a
bet.
really tough line.
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
bet.
I don't
put
think
money either
I'm
way.
a Packers fan, and I don't think I would bet on. I don't think I would bet either way. 'Cause
I wouldn't touch that.
Whichever way, I bet I'd probably get burned.
See,
like, they'd
that's
win
why you
they'd win
take 100
8
bucks
games or
and
6 games.
That's
or,
why you take
yeah.
$100 and you put 50 on the under, 50 on the under, 50 on the over, and you're good.
That's not how betting works. I don't think that's going to be a
You
productive way
actually
to do
can.
that.
You can do that. You're out 50
but I
bucks
feel like-
either way,
Yeah,
but you're gonna win
yeah.
either way. That's
But I
big
think
brain.
the Packers. I'm gonna say the Packers can get 10 wins. I'm gonna agree with this take.
I'm gonna go no.
I'm assuming neither you. What about you, Miller? Do you think they can?
Okay.
It can happen.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like this can thing. I'm.
That was the take.
I know.
agree. Like that makes it too vague.
Yeah, that's too vague.
'Cause,
They
like,
can
if you're
win
saying
17.
no-
Okay.
Like I'm going. Will they win
Right.
10? And I'm going no.
Okay, fine. We'll change
I'm
this.
with Geek on that.
Will the Packers win 10 games? Yes or no?
Probably
No.
not.
No, they
I'm gonna
won't.
say
If
no.
that's the take, then no.
Yeah. I don't know.
This
It's,
one-
So I want to
it's too
throw out there
cop-out-y.
that Fields MVP take. That was Grayson. I forgot.
Was Grayson?
Oh, yeah.
that.
I'm
was
pretty sure.
Grayson.
I'm pretty sure Cole was the top 2 seed. Dolphins guy, maybe.
No,
Dolphins
that was
fan,
also
but
Grayson.
it was Grayson.
That
Okay.
was also Grayson.
Packers to get 10 wins with Steven.
Uh-huh. And Texans thing was
is Mason.
Mason.
And then this next one might also be Grayson. Calvin Ridley put Trevor Lawrence into MVP conversations.
That is the man, the myth, the legend, the Walter White seal.
As
Oh, Walter
White said, that
White
makes
sealed
sense.
the goat.
Because it's correct. I think Calvin Ridley is in fact going to launch Trevor Lawrence on MVP talks.
Oh,
I think
dude.
he'll be. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to make a serious case next year. Maybe not win it, but
Actually,
he
it's
can make
going
a
to be
serious
Derek
case.
Parrish that does that.
Yeah, right.
I love that I'm rocking a Calvin Ridley jersey for this conversation.
This is the perfect jersey for you to be wearing during this take here. But I don't see anything wrong with this one.
No,
I think
that's-
Calvin Ridley is going to really elevate Trevor Lawrence, and
I think
Christian
Trevor
Kirk was
Lawrence is
fantastic
in
last
there
year.
anyways. So
Like having
Ridley's just
yeah.
Having Christian Kirk as your number 2 after what he did as number 1 last year is a W. You still got Zay Jones, who was surprisingly productive last
still
year.
gets to be a good deep
Evan
threat.
Ingram was like a top 6-7 tight end last year.
Bounce back
Like,
tight end year.
Like he was crazy. Yeah, he was
And
fantastic.
ETN
The offensive
can still
line-
get cooked up.
ETN's a fun guy.
He's a weapon. You can cook.
He's a
You can
fun
cook with
guy. I
ETN.
don't-
And Derek
necessarily-
Parrish exists.
Woo!
Chief fullback.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, Derek Parrish.
Houston.
Also
Greatest
Jamal
defensive
Agnew.
end.
Don't forget the
Well,
guy.
I knew. I don't really know what the state of their offensive line is because I know that they lost Juwan Taylor.
They got Anton
but-
Harrison, so
Got
They
Anton
got
Harrison.
Anton, they got Brandon
so-
Sheriff, they got Luke Fortnite, they've got
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
BYU kid.
It's the guy
Walker
from
Little.
Walker
Yeah,
Walker Little's there.
And
And I
then
forget who their
Little.
other guard is.
Some guy.
Walker Little is a BYU guy, right?
I don't
Believe.
think so. I don't know why I don't.
Did Walker Little go to college?
Walker Little went to Stanford, so yeah, no.
That was way off.
No, I was thinking
Oh,
of a
shit.
different AFC South tackle, Bernard Ryman.
Yes.
Right?
Maybe. Could be.
Bernard
Could be.
No,
Bernard
he went to Central
Ryman.
Michigan. It's the other
Just
one
an-
they just drafted. They drafted the converted tight end. The
Blake Freeland?
Yes, Blake Freeland.
That guy went to BYU.
Yes,
there you go. Miller figured it out.
God.
But yes,
They got
Calvin
Ben
Ridley
Sorry,
will.
listen. They all look exactly the same. They are all the same breed of white. Okay.
Same breed of white.
They are all just big, goofy-looking white.
I've got our TikTok clip for the here. That'll drive some engagement.
Oh,
That'll drive some engagement here. But yes, getting back to football, Calvin Ridley will in fact do this for Trevor Lawrence. I agree with this take. Don't see anything wrong with it. It's one of the more mild takes. I like this next one.
Oh no.
Oh, I like this next one.
Oh.
The Vikings missed the playoffs.
Who said this beautiful take?
Grayson.
No.
Oh.
This was the Jake edition.
Oh, of
Spice
course.
things up. I have another
Jake,
one coming at the end of the
Did you get the hot
episode.
takes from my tweet?
The Run the North tweet. I did not look at your tweet.
But you didn't, because I got 9 replies on mine.
Okay, depending on what we look at time wise, we can.
I just didn't know if you saw that.
We were looking
Okay.
time wise. No, I didn't. I completely missed it. You even tweeted.
He quote tweeted.
I just quote tweeted it.
I definitely think it's possible.
Is
That's all I'm gonna say.
Cuzzo injured?
I think it's a possibility.
That's
That's
the only
it.
way it's happening. Is if Kirk.
I think
go
it's
down.
just Kirk because we added a bunch of
I'm not gonna
weapons.
lie.
Kirk
I didn't really have an
dragged
argument
Jameson
prepared. I just
Crowder
wanted there to be some
playoffs
kind of
once.
interesting, some interesting conversations here. So
I just
threw it in there.
There's not an interesting.
There's also a
conversation to be
chance.
had.
There's also a chance. I think there's a chance.
if Cuzzo gets
I
hurt,
legitimately think
There's a
there's a chance
chance
to
I
make the
can wake
playoffs.
up tomorrow next to Haley Steinfeld. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Move on.
Miller, I got bad news.
I don't
man.
think there is.
I don't think that's gonna
There's
happen.
a chance.
There is
It's
not a
a
chance.
good one, but there's a chance.
Are you saying? So you're saying that in this
Yeah,
world that you're living in,
What's
It's
Josh
never-
Allen have that I don't?
you have woken up and
Money,
Haley Steinfeld
size, a career,
Hold on. What do you mean by that second one? What do you mean by that?
height, muscle, probably the other thing.
These are wild accusations that I can't even defend.
Dude, Josh Allen is 6'7", 250 of pure muscle. You're 5'9".
5'10".
I'm sorry, but money, a house,
Overrated. She's got plenty of her own. She's probably got her own house.
Okay, so you're telling me that in this world you're living in, Miller, you've woken up and Haley Steinfeld has broken into your house for the pure goal of being in the same bed as you, and you wake up and you roll over and all of a sudden Haley Steinfeld is just there. What would you say? What would you do?
He would
What
die.
would you
That
say?
would be my reaction. Just hi. If I could utter words,
That is
I think
it'd be more. Stranger danger.
No.
I'd be alarmed if somebody, even if it was Haley Steinfeld, I'd be like, why are you in my
yo,
house?
what the fuck?
Like, why are you
Who
in
the
my
fuck
house?
you is?
How did you get in here? Did my parents let you in? Like, who are you?
My parents let you in.
Did you ring the doorbell?
Did you just let yourself in? How did this work?
Was there an open window, or did you break something? Do I need to pay for
You come
anything?
down
Or
the chimney
is there any
like
kind of
Santa
insurance
Claus?
on this thing? What's a breakfast
Miller's
or
having
what?
a tough go of.
God forbid I'm happy, huh? God forbid, even in my own fantasy realm, in my head, I can have something, okay?
Yeah, welcome to the real world, dog.
Speaking
You can't be
of-
I
happy.
bet Josh Allen can't name every fullback in the league.
Bet
Probably
he
true.
can.
I bet Josh Allen doesn't play D&D in his free time.
I mean, you're probably right there. Josh doesn't seem
Yeah.
cool enough to play D&D.
Exactly. I bet Josh Allen never got a lead in a high school play.
I
Hey,
don't
but me and
know.
Miller did. Let's go.
I bet Josh Allen doesn't have a Daredevil Funko Pop.
Probably doesn't. You're right. You got him.
I bet Josh Allen
Not
doesn't
there.
own a City Edition Kobe White jersey.
No, he does, but it's actually
He
real.
probably does. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Speaking of takes about teams missing the playoffs, this
fuck.
one was a legit one. I don't know who said this, but the Jets missed the playoffs. I forget who said this one.
That was Nicole.
That was Nicole. Okay, yeah.
The Jets missed the playoffs at 10-7. Is that the full take? 'Cause that was her full take.
I think multiple people said the Jets missed the playoffs.
Okay,
I didn't
well,
have
I'm just
10-7
looking at
there.
hers.
I mean, the AFC is pretty stacked. Oh shit! Did
You
internet
can
die?
definitely go.
Okay. That was
You
weird.
can definitely go 10-7 and miss the playoffs in the AFC, especially in the AFC East.
Gross.
Very.
But we
Oh, rude. We're moving on. No, yeah, the AFC's stacked.
Yeah.
So.
we talked about the Dolphins like not being a top 2 seed, so if by that logic, we should probably have the Jets above them.
Well, I mean, even if you don't, you got Bills, you got.
know.
I don't want to say it, but you got Ravens, Bengals, maybe that other team. I refuse to acknowledge it.
Steelers?
That wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Yep. 11 wins, baby.
That's not what I'm saying, but I think the Steelers can be in
I
there
mean,
as
maybe.
well.
But then even like the AFC West, everyone outside of the Raiders, realistically, like
Yeah. The AFC West, you have 3 teams that can make the playoffs. AFC North, you have 4. AFC East, you potentially have 4, depending on what the Patriots do.
The AFC
South, you have at least 2.
1.
the Titans exist, man. Vrabel is 2.
That's why I said at least 2.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what's
really
happening
don't
with
think the Titans are going to make the playoffs, though. That's just my opinion.
I don't either,
that should not be a
but-
hot
I don't
take.
think so, but dude, Vrabel's a different animal.
Remember, was it last offseason you were like the Titans are going to win like 4 games and then they somehow finished like right around 500?
Yeah.
They won 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they only won 7.
Which is
And
right
they
around 500.
missed the playoffs. I mean, like, yeah, Vrabel's really
They weren't
really
dog
good,
shit, is the point. And Geek was
but
like, they're going to.
the
suck.
Titans
And that was without
roster
Tannehill.
just
that they were like mid.
increasingly gets worse.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
it
good point.
is bad. Like it's definitely worse than it was the year he had them as the 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And
I'll put it
Vrabel,
this way,
like,
I don't think the Titans make the playoffs either, but there are at least 2 teams in the AFC South that could theoretically make the playoffs.
Sure.
Right. We're going off.
I'll
Could
get on
the
board with
Jets
that.
miss the playoffs? I mean, Derrick
Certainly.
Henry could just carry the Titans to insane
And
levels.
then they get
like
bounced
he
in the
has.
first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like absolutely, but it's possible. I don't think it's likely. I'm very high on the Jets, so I don't think it's likely. But
I am gonna state my official disagreement with this. I like
Yeah, because with
Rodgers.
these
I'm high on the
could they? I
Jets.
feel like we have to look at it objectively. Will they? Won't
Yeah.
they? Because could they's way too vague.
will they miss the playoffs? No, I think.
Well, this
I
take
think
just
they win
says
the
the Jets
division.
missed the playoffs.
Oh, then
But
no.
like,
I
I
think
disagree because I think the Jets.
I
This-
also disagree.
Same as what I just said with the Vikings. Only different quarterback now, but as long as Rodgers is healthy, playoff team.
Rodgers and Wilson are going to be.
And even then, they
killer
got
duo.
Mike White, didn't they?
No.
Or no, he left
That's
to go
the
to the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I
Their backup is Zach Wilson.
They have Zach. Never mind.
Never
mind.
He's
Whoops.
been playing mind games with Rodgers. I'm calling him a junkie.
All right. Anyways, what's next?
Falcons get 10 wins and win the division. Yeah. They probably
They're
will.
winning the division. That was hammy, by the way.
I
But yeah, the
agree.
Falcons will win that division. I agree.
I mean, yeah, that division sucks.
Here's their
Not
schedule.
only does that
hard.
division suck, and their schedule's really easy, and
Yeah.
I'll give you a moment.
They go. Am I going or are you going?
Just go ahead. Just go ahead. I'll make my point after.
They go Panthers, Packers, Lions, Jags, Texans, Commanders, Bucks, Titans, Vikings, Cards, Saints, Jets, Bucks again, Panthers again, Colts, Bears, Saints. So
Right.
there's probably 10
Easy
wins
schedule.
shuffled in there.
What position on that team is a weakness? Like
QB.
horrendous. See, I don't
'Cause-
agree. I think
but we-
Desmond Ritter's
but
good.
Who are
I
their
don't care about
linebackers?
potential.
Am I
We
missing
don't
somebody
know
there?
what Ritter is.
I'm not even talking just off potential. He was good last year when he was playing. Like if you okay, I'll give you this.
He
Just
got
look at it this way.
progressively
Not only did he get progressively better, you know who was a lot better when he was on the football field?
Drake London?
Kyle Pitts.
Oh.
And also Drake London. But
And Drake London
all of the two big name pass catchers that they have were a lot better when he was on the field.
Yeah.
Their run game going to be next fucking level. I mean, I could literally talk about their run game for the next week straight.
Dude, their running back 3 is Cordero Patterson.
Yeah, you've got Patterson, you've got Bijan Robinson, who's the best running back prospect we've seen in almost a decade. You've got Tyler Algier, who was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. You have Keith Smith, who was an amazing fullback last year, really came into his own to the point where he was named to like the player all-pro second team. He was like the second highest rated fullback behind Juszczyk. He goes down, you've got Clint Ratkovich, who's my favorite college fullback ever. I know he's probably not going to make the team, but I had to throw him in there. Receiver core is good. Arthur Smith is a fucking offensive genius. The defense actually is pretty solid.
Yeah,
the secondary is good.
Pieces.
The defensive line is good. You've still got Grady Jarrett. He's got people around him like Zach Harrison, who was awesome. Calais Campbell got added to that team. Their linebacker core, at the very least, has upside because you've got Troy Anderson, who's like the most athletic linebacker in football. And who am I missing? Or their other linebackers?
I can't think of a single linebacker.
I think the linebacker is close to being a weakness.
Okay, there's definitely positions they can improve, but I'm talking like that are just straight up bad. They've got Michael Walker, who's actually solid. Lorenzo Carter's there. Let's see here. Also on the defensive line, they added David Onyemata, who was really solid. Eddie Goldman came out of retirement, and when he was on the field, like when he played for the Bears, he was one of the better nose tackles in football. You've got Jesse Bates. You've got AJ Terrell. You've got Arnold Ebiketie going into his second season. Bud Dupree's on this team.
How good is Drew Dahlman? I think their center could definitely be pretty rough.
Okay, but he's got Matthew Bergeron and Chris Lindstrom on either side of him. Matthew Bergeron is awesome, and Chris Lindstrom might be the best guard in football. And they've also got Jake Matthews and kept around Caleb McGarry.
Yeah.
Caleb McGarry is one of the better run-blocking tackles in football. This team is going to be off the charts. Like, this is a team, especially with how bad their division is, even if Ritter's, like, mid, they could run their way into the playoffs at, like, 8 wins. And I wouldn't be shocked. 10 wins, I think, is probably about their ceiling right now, just given what we've seen from Ritter. But it wouldn't shock me. I think the Falcons are going to be awesome this year. I know some people in our circle think the Falcons are going to win like 12, 13 games. Even that wouldn't shock me.
I was going to say their schedule's the Falcons are going to be this year's Vikings. The team that you're not bad, but you're not as good as what your record actually shows at the end of the year because of the schedule you played.
Yeah.
And the top end talent on the Falcons is incredible. Mm-hmm. You've got what should be a top 5 corner in most people's mind. I know a lot of people forget about AJ Terrell.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Bates, I forgot they added him. Like, the top end talent is insane.
You've got Kyle Pitts, who's probably the second most talented tight end in football, even if he doesn't have the production.
Yeah.
You've got Drake London, who is a great chess piece, especially with Kyle Pitts existing. They've got actual blocking tight ends now with Jonnu Smith and Parker Hesse. So, like, their run, again, I could talk about their run game for hours. It's so interesting how they do it, because you've got Keith Smith, obviously. You've got a great run-blocking offensive line, but you've also got Clint Ratkovich now, who you could actually keep around on the roster at halfback. I don't think they will, given how deep they are at halfback, but they could rationalize it and use him as a blocker. You've got Parker Hesse, who plays like a H-back role, sometimes plays in the backfield, sometimes is just a tight end. That's going to be my favorite team outside of Chicago to watch next year by far.
They're going to be sick. But yeah, I think we're all pretty much on board with the fact that they could definitely win 10 games, or at least the back half of the tape where they can win the division. That division's completely up for grabs. There's no reason why it can't be theirs. The Panthers are definitely a contender, but they have a rookie quarterback. We don't know what they're going to look like right away. The Falcons could take a very early jump into the lead with Ritter already having
Panthers bad, lose game.
But yeah, and actually they played the Panthers week 1.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I hope very badly.
So yeah, I think we're all pretty much agreed on that. Sticking with the NFC South, this take, I don't know who said this one, I don't have it pulled up, but the Saints are going to finish last in this division.
I
might
hate
be on one
the
of our
Saints roster with a passion. So
I don't know if they'll finish below the Bucks though. The Bucks roster is pretty good still.
Yeah, but Baker's got swagger, so give me Baker.
It'll be a close race between.
That was Dominic, by the way, who said that. Saints finish.
Bucks fan makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I still have the Bucks finishing last personally. But this isn't a take that I find so outlandish that I can't possibly entertain it.
I think it is. With how bad the Bucks are, I think it's outlandish to say.
I think the Saints would like something would have to go pretty wrong. They still have Olave. Carr is not what he used to be, but he still is like way better than anyone the Bucks have.
They have Alvin Kamara as of right now. Even if he doesn't play, Kendre Miller is damn solid.
Kendre Miller's there. They added Jamal Williams, who can still do it. Olave, don't know about Thomas.
Dude, I just am so out on the Saints. The roster's bad.
I'm out on the Saints too, but I think they're at least going to be better than the Buccaneers.
I don't know. They suck in both trenches. Like, actually, their O-line's bad.
Is their defensive line? I don't think their defensive line's bad.
Yeah, they got Cam Jordan. That's it.
Hold on.
I guess they added Brian Brzee. Outside of that, they had the worst interior. No, you agreed with me here, so you don't get to change it, because even when we included Kalen Saunders, before they got Brzee, they had the worst interior D-line in football. They still do. Brzee is
the thing
mid,
is, like,
and a
their
rookie.
defense is still like Pete Werner is good. Like, he's kind of a dog, and Demario Davis is
one of the three best linebackers in football.
I know how you guys feel about Tyrann Mathieu, but then there's Marcus May, and there's Marshawn Lattimore still, and
it didn't matter last year. They sucked. So they get a year older and they're going to get better?
The Saints, no, they're still going to be mid, but the Buccaneers are going to be awful.
Yeah, so much worse.
The Buccaneers are on Caleb watch.
Well,
Buccaneers are for sure on Caleb Williams watch, and the Saints are not. It aren't.
Yeah, the Saints are going to be.
Saints are not on Caleb Williams watch.
They fucked themselves by trading for Carr because Carr pulls them out of Caleb watch.
Yeah, if they didn't have Carr,
they'll at least win 6 or 7 games, and that's going to keep them out of Caleb.
But even if they had,
even with Baker, who unfortunately is bad at football, they're going to be
Baker's going to cook.
I guess here's my take here.
They're going to
even if they had kept Jameis, I still wouldn't have them finishing below the Bucs. No shot. No way.
I don't think I would either.
Even if they had kept Jameis and had the same quarterback situation as last year.
Well, even if Jameis was the starter, like if he was the starter week 1.
Even if Taysom Hill was the starter, I'd still entertain them over the Bucs. Yeah, to be completely honest with you.
The Bucs are just awful.
The Bucs are terrible. They were a bad football team.
But they were bad last year, and Brady kept them afloat. Because all the talented players on the team outside of Vita Vea and Levante Davis.
Even if last year's Buccaneers,
Mike Evans hasn't missed a game in like 10 years.
I kind of forgot Mike Evans existed for a moment. That's
veterans a year younger. Even last year, if they'd had Baker, they would have finished last in the division. The Saints would have finished ahead of them if they had Baker last year.
You look at the Buccaneers. Their best tight end is an H-back. Their run game can be okay. I like Rashad White.
Are you talking about Kate Otten?
No, I'm talking about Kokieft.
Oh, yeah.
They have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin can't stay healthy. And who else do they have at receiver? They lost Scotty Miller.
They hadn't had Scotty Miller for a long time. Their wide receiver...
Was he not on the Buccaneers last year?
Not the Buccaneers last year. He just wasn't playing. He was injured.
No.
Last year. He just left this year.
Really?
I was going to say, I thought he just left this year. I forgot he
hasn't played for any other teams.
They've got Russell Gage, who's okay, but again, he's got Baker Mayfield throwing him the football.
Yeah, and their run game was terrible last year. I like Rashad White.
Yeah, but the difference is they're not going to be force feeding. They're not going to be force feeding old fat Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. Like their run game could be okay. Like Rashad White is good.
Looked good last year. That's like their
they
one.
They can have a decent run game, but
they still have Russell Gage. They drafted Trey Palmer. They still have Kate Otten, Kokieft. They added some help on their O-line. And Ryan Jensen comes back, which they didn't have him at all last year.
I mean, they added
our interior sucks is big.
And Baker's
Clash
not
of
good.
Cans, he's there.
The other big thing, when Baker Mayfield has been good, it's been because he had good offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that in Tampa.
I don't know who Tampa's
Like, I think
OC is.
I mean, I think it'll be very clear. I don't want to speculate about Ritter and Young, but there's a very good
They
chance that
fired Leftwich, right?
Yeah.
they fired Leftwich.
But no, like, I don't know, man.
Dave Canales is their new offensive coordinator. I don't know who that is.
I don't
He
either.
was the QB's coach in Seattle.
Yeah, he was the guy.
Oh,
he was the guy who led the Geno Smith
Oh,
breakout
who
last year.
revitalized Geno.
Well,
Well, guess who's going to revitalize Baker, motherfucker? With the
Baker's
best
not good.
weapons Baker's ever played with.
I still don't see it.
Is Geno's like a top 10 quarterback, and Baker's probably not even
And
a top.
Geno was
Before that,
considered
though.
not deserving of being on a team a year ago. Stop. He wasn't a starter last year going into the season.
I still don't think this Bucks team ends
I'm
up
sure
worse than the
Baker will do
Saints.
the exact same thing, and
possible.
they're gonna win the division. Yep, sure.
It's
Sure.
possible. And I'm not saying win the division. Be better than the Saints. The rosters are closer
Again,
than you guys are giving them credit for. By a lot.
This is just Mo Alley Cox versus other tight end. I can't remember the
Austin
name of,
Hooper.
but his team.
Austin Hooper.
Yeah,
They don't have a
Mo
good
Alley Cox
coach
versus
either.
Austin
It's
Hooper as
yeah,
teams.
And
They
Dennis
both
Allen's
are
a good
mid
coach.
as fuck. I don't.
Dennis Allen has an
I
It's
refuse
awful.
to evaluate Dennis Allen as a head coach. He
Why?
hasn't had a quarterback.
Derek
It's
Carr?
true.
He coached
is-
the Raiders. This isn't his first stint as a head coach.
Yeah, but that Raiders team didn't have a good defense.
The
And the
Saints
Saints
defense is
don't
better.
either.
It's better
The
than that
defense
Raiders
the Saints
defense
have
was
right now is better than that Raiders defense.
by far. Yeah.
It may have more talent, but it's still not a top 20 defense. It wasn't last year. All their players were old last year. They've just
where do
gotten
you rate
older.
the Bucks defense currently?
I also not that high.
Right.
Yeah. So you've got two mid defenses, two mid offenses. The difference is one quarterback's at least competent, the other is Baker Mayfield.
Veteran who's been consistently good.
Even though I don't think Derek Carr is Derek Carr anymore, I
Oh,
still think he's
probably
a
not.
good bit better than Baker Mayfield.
I don't
true.
know. I have faith Baker can step back in.
That's the other thing.
Not
We're
to
dealing
like
with a Baker
incredible.
fan.
No, I still don't think he can be incredible, but I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that guys we've never seen play even mediocre in the league can be MVP, but Baker can't be mediocre. I refuse.
Geek, when we project players to be good that are just
Okay,
now entering the
but-
NFL.
Okay, so Baker had a bad year because he was injured, and then a mid-year last year. He was bad with the Panthers, and then was mid with Sean McVay on the worst team in the world. And we're going to say that guy can't be mid. That's what I don't understand. You're dumb. You're
No,
dumb.
Even if
Baker
Baker
Mayfield wasn't even good before that. He was a fucking play action merchant. He was playing
So-
in the most watered down, simplified offense we've ever seen. And you expect me to think he can be anything other than bad? Sean McVay had him and he couldn't even make him look good. He made
That's
him
not
look for
true.
one game.
let me
had
ask
one
you
good
something.
game.
With the worst roster in the NFL because
He still
nobody
had
was
Cooper
healthy.
Kupp to throw to.
No, he
If
didn't.
Dan-
He never got to throw to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was injured.
Cooper Kupp wasn't in that game? Okay. Whatever. He still had Sean fucking McVay.
Yeah. But here's the question, right? We talk about how
Mayfield's
Baker
not good at football. I
Baker
want
was
him to be good.
This
I like
argument is
Baker.
so
He's
dumb
fun.
because we're
about
arguing
how
which
Baker
team is.
was good in a simplistic offense, right?
Sure.
If Daniel Jones was the quarterback of the Bucks right now, who are you taking between them and the Saints?
Probably still the Bucks. I'm just so out on the Saints.
We're not even in on the Saints.
No,
A lot
but
more
I'm
in than I
definitely
am.
in on the Saints is better than
I've got
the
like
Bucks,
my
for
left
sure.
pinky toe dipped
I
in
think
the pool.
I just think the Bucks roster is better.
And see, I don't.
I don't know. Staring at it straight, like position for position, I think the Bucks are better.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's Baker Mayfield. I don't have any faith in Baker Mayfield.
Fair enough.
That's my big thing.
That's valid.
I have more faith in like a hobbled Derek Carr than I do in Baker Mayfield.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because if his offense isn't, okay, I'm going to roll out to the right and just throw it to the first guy that has like half an inch of separation, then I don't think he can be good. Because that's literally all he did in Cleveland.
Fair enough.
I like how you went from you're
dude,
done to fair enough.
Dude, we've been arguing this for 10 minutes. I
know we have.
None of us are going to change our opinions.
No, we're not.
Actually, I think the Falcons are going to finish last. That's what I decided on this argument. That's what I decided.
Hey, we all forgot the Panthers.
Panthers are finishing last.
There you go.
Panthers could finish last.
Baker is better than Bryce Young. No, actually, no, Bryce Young's just tiny. So, like...
Panthers are on Caleb watch.
Small quarterback lose game. It's big quarterback first overall next year.
The Bears are on Caleb watch.
Actually, the Bears are on trading the first round pick or the first overall pick for a
Dude, I need it to be anybody but the Bears. Can't trade with the Bears.
Just imagine the Bears get to number 1 overall, and they get to do exactly what they just did times 10.
Nah, I can't allow that.
This time it'll be questioning the Vikings on the phone.
Nah.
And Ryan Poles will say, no, I'm not unleashing that in my division.
Right? No.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying. Poles would say no. It wouldn't matter. The Vikings could offer Justin Jefferson and 30 first-round picks, and Poles go, no.
You cannot essentially...
Also,
I mean,
Poles
you
cannot
is the trade Caleb Williams to a division rival.
This pool of the NFC North.
But it's one of those things. It's the quarterback thing. If it was for anything else, Poles would listen. But because it's Caleb fucking Williams, he'd not even answer the phone.
He's probably not answering the phone if you're in the NFC.
That's valid.
Like, he's going to try his best not to make a deal with an NFC.
But we don't really have to worry about it because the Cardinals exist, so it really doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, when Bryce Young gets clobbered from 16 different angles...
It doesn't matter. Andy Dalton
still if I'm the Cardinals...
and then Andy Dalton... No, listen. Andy Dalton is going to give up. He's going to say, no, I can't do this to Chicago. I love them too much.
Oh, yes.
And he will refuse to play. So they'll have to play you at quarterback. Jake?
I think Jake could still win more games than that Cardinals team.
No, because they got Clayton Tune.
Yeah, I still think Jake can win more games.
You think Jake is better than NFL football quarterback?
Hey, listen,
Clayton
buddy.
Tune?
I have the power of Jesus Christ on my side. I can win as many football games as I want to.
Where did that get him after 1 year?
I mean, to the playoffs.
I said after 1 year.
I'd love to make the playoffs. I'd love to make the playoffs.
Actually, he won a playoff
I said
game.
Outside of that 1 year. Every other year of his career.
Forget the day.
That's
Can't really get into this conversation right now.
We need to move on. We've argued over mid for so long. Can we get to something we can either agree on or an argument that's
the Dolphins
valid?
missed the playoffs. That's this next take.
Also
I don't know who said this one.
It's the same as the Jets. It's possible. If we're going with the will they, won't they, because we're going the like hardcore. I'm gonna go with they. Yeah, they missed the playoffs.
Offensive line's too much. I've already said it. I agree.
Injury-prone quarterback, bad O-line. Yeah, I'm out.
Are going to make the playoffs as a 6th or a 7th seed.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's my take. This next one.
That was Jackson, by the way.
That was Jackson. This one, don't remember who said this one either. Lamar gets 4,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards, wins MVP, and the Ravens are the 1 seed in the AFC.
This is from Sam.
Okay, Sam. So
my hang-up's in a weird spot here.
What do you mean?
I don't know if he gets 1,000 rushing yards.
I don't think
4K, 1K, and the Ravens
I think
are the
they're
1
going
seed.
so. I could.
He wins MVP. Is a loaded
I think
take.
those 3 things can happen. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the 1K rushing yards, they're going to be so much more pass heavy than they were. And
with Todd Monken running the offense now.
And like
they have a good receiver.
He's still going to be an
and they have
incredible
Odell,
threat in the run game.
And Bateman and Duvernay.
But I see it as more like a 700-yard season than 1,000.
Yeah. Lamar's not going to be playing like he has been or like Fields played last year.
Because he was his
afterthought.
Has he done 4K and 1K before? No.
Did he in his MVP year?
1K? I actually don't remember if he got 4K
checking.
and 1K that year.
I think he had 1K that year.
He definitely had. He did not have 4K, but he.
So he had 3K and 1K.
Did he have 1,000 rushing?
I don't know. I gotta find his rushing yards.
Passing.
3 something. 32. But he led the league in passing touchdowns. That was the big thing.
Yeah. What were rushing yards?
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to find. It's laid out weird because life. Yards that year he had 1206 actually. So, I mean,
crazy because Fields had more last year.
Yeah, but Lamar also actually threw the ball.
Fields couldn't.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll get 4K and 1K. I think he can get one or the other. I don't think he can get both of those. I
agree.
I do think he can win MVP. I made a TikTok with him, my Dark Horse Award picks. He was my MVP pick. I think they could. I don't know if they can be the 1 seed.
I do.
I don't know if they can be the 1 seed.
Those
just
receivers are so good. And
yeah,
like,
I mean,
Lamar.
They have to.
Lamar beats Mahomes, man. We've seen it, and like I know it's one of those things. Wins aren't a quarterback thing. Dude, there's some times where
Lamar beating Mahomes head-to-head doesn't have anything to do with them being the 1 seed.
Well, no, but like I don't know. I think the Ravens are the better team.
And the Chiefs?
Like roster-wise, yeah.
And the better receivers and on the better quarterback.
Not the better quarterback, but it's close.
Do you want Pacheco or Dobbins?
Oof. That's
I'm
actually
taking
tough.
Pacheco right now because we don't know what.
I think I want Pacheco. We don't know what Dobbins is. Offensive line, I'd probably take the Chiefs. Not that they kind of beefed it up a bit.
I don't know though.
Chiefs interior offense. Okay, Chiefs interior offensive line is quietly one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
They had Jawan Taylor, and who's their other tackle?
What's his name? Andrew Wiley. Is he still there?
Wiley's at least serviceable.
The defensive line, Chris Jones is better than anybody the Ravens have. As a whole, they have Karlaftis. They
Alexander Uzama.
They just drafted the linebackers.
I don't know.
That's the Ravens because of Roquan.
As a whole, as a unit, I think the Chiefs have a better linebacker core. The Ravens have the best linebacker out of the group by far. Yeah. But I think as a whole, Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, white boy that me and Geek love that I always forget the name of, Chanel.
Leo Chanel.
It's like, Pat Queen's not good. I don't care what anybody
Healthy, the Ravens' corners are better.
Yeah, healthy,
Marcus Peters.
And the safeties are better, too.
In
healthy.
Baltimore, Hamilton.
That's the biggest thing for the Ravens.
Can
they stay healthy?
Yeah. The 1 seed is really not so much a Lamar thing as it is the rest of his team being healthy around him and himself too, because he hasn't been healthy really.
I'm not gonna call Lamar injury prone.
No, he's not.
It's been a bunch of freak accidents,
and it's all just him standing in the pocket getting an ankle grabbed.
Hit awkward. Yeah,
it's like fucking.
He's unlucky.
Mahomes goes down to that too, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe Mahomes comes back.
Plays through it because they pump him full of painkillers.
Well, that and because Mahomes already got his money. I think people forget that part. Yeah, Mahomes played with the broken ankle last year because he already has his money. Lamar hasn't got shit.
Plus, to be fair, Lamar's game is a lot more getting out of the pocket than Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, Mahomes is a better pure pocket passer.
Yeah. Mahomes can... Okay, Lamar can operate just from the pocket, but you don't want him to.
Yeah,
you don't want to ask him to do that. You want him to go cook.
Yeah,
it just is what it is. So I'm gonna go no, even though I think 3 of the 4 things could happen. I don't think all 4 can.
I don't think there's a.
I'm gonna go no. But... Yeah. These next 2 kind of go together. This I know was Cole. The Seahawks, Panthers, Eagles, and Lions are NFC division winners. And the Bengals, Chiefs, Dolphins, and Jags are AFC division winners.
Do the NFC ones again.
Seahawks, Panthers, Eagles, Lions. We'll talk about those first, and we'll talk about the AFC in a second.
So, I outright disagree with 2 of them.
One
Panthers
of them
is okay.
No. I think 3/4 of them are all wrong, pretty much, except for the Eagles. The Eagles to win the East.
The Eagles win the East. The other
Eagles,
3 are bad.
Yeah.
But I would go
the
Niners.
I don't think they're bad.
I would go Niners.
The Seahawks aren't better than the Niners.
I'm still listen. You know I'm the biggest Niners defender there is up. Francisco. I don't trust their quarterback room. I don't know what the fuck their plan is. Purdy's going to get found out. Okay. Is that
He's
really
better
what we're
than
falling
Jimmy
back
G.
on?
And I stand by this.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I do.
I mean, again, it's Mo Alley Cox versus Austin Hooper.
Right.
This is a battle
Jimmy
of
G
myth.
just can't throw. Darnold can throw. He just makes some dumb decisions sometimes. That can be coached out. And he's got a great option at coach.
Yeah, okay.
And then if Trey Lance is healthy...
Right.
God
but the
damn.
thing is, it seems like the Niners have given up on Lance, which is
That's
stupid.
possible.
It's incredibly stupid. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that they're rolling into week 1 with Purdy, who was literally just flying by the seat of his pants last year, fucking blows my mind. Like, I get it.
I don't think that actually
from a business
happens.
standpoint, I hope it doesn't, but as of right now, that's what we're going with, so that's kind of what I have to go off of. I get it to a certain extent. That's the guy who is winning games. But let's be real here. If I can identify that the games were won by the team and not Purdy, you know damn well Shanahan can do that, that John Lynch can do that, that the offensive coordinators can do that, that the fucking janitor down the hall can do that.
See, sometimes it is just a thing of the team's confident in that guy, so give him his run.
And I get that,
and especially if you do it early in the year, if it's bad, you can fix it later.
I know. I'm just worried that they're going to leave him out there for too long.
I don't know about Trey Lance's head if you keep doing this. Right. Jimmy G's going in over you. Purdy's in over you. Darnold's in over you. Dude, Lance might need out of that situation anyways. Like, I don't know. I get it. But also, thinking of quarterbacks, I like Geno. He played great last year. We've seen him do it once.
And I'm more confident in him than I am
at the tail end of the year, he wasn't the same either. Like, if Geno recedes back into pre-first 13 weeks of last year Geno, the Seahawks are bad.
I mean, obviously, yeah, but like I said, I'm more confident in him than I am in any of San Fran's quarterbacks at this very moment.
Dude, their roster is so incredible.
And you know I don't disagree with that. I could sit here and rave about everything, but they lose their defensive coordinator.
I still think the Niners are one of the 3 best teams in the NFC. So I
think they're one of the 3 or 5 best teams in the NFL. It's just that quarterback situation is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Like I cannot put my faith in a team that has no idea what they're doing at quarterback.
That's valid. If you've got 3
especially
quarterbacks,
in today's NFL.
None.
Precisely. Now, if this was 1984,
at least the other 2 top teams
absolutely.
In the NFC know what they're doing.
Right. If this was 1984, we have that defense, we have good running backs. I'm picking the Niners to win it all. But this is 2023. It's a passing league.
CMC plays QB. He's got it.
CMC or James?
I mean, like, so the Seahawks might not really agree with. We've talked about the Falcons. We think they can win the division, so none of us are really on board. We talked a little bit about the Vikings.
The Panthers have the second best chance to win the NFC South.
The Eagles, I think we can all agree that we pretty. Yeah. I still think
the Cowboys.
I don't want to sleep on Dallas.
I just refuse to hype them up.
Eagles,
the Cowboys get you every time you do it, so I'm just out.
And the Lions
prove me wrong.
I think the Lions are the other team where I'm like, they have the second best odds, but I don't give it to them quite yet.
I don't even know if I like them the second most in that division. I really don't.
I do. I think I like them over the Bears.
Dude, I think everybody forgets who the fuck Jared Goff is. I'm sorry, he's the most overrated quarterback in football. Yeah. And it's not close. Dude is bad. Like, I think at the end of the year, he's the worst quarterback.
Buddy, you can finish second in the division and miss the playoffs. Go ahead, Miller. Have your fun.
Yeah. Making the playoffs isn't that big of a thing this year for the Bears. Like, if they do it, cool, but, like, it doesn't mean anything. And it just means that they have to face a team that's probably a lot better than them, and that's not ideal for them. But, hey, you get to make the playoffs, so I get it.
Right.
You can't be sad about making the playoffs.
And then people can't say, Justin Fields isn't a winner. Because guess what? We'll have made the playoffs, so fuck you.
Dude, I just can't trust Jared Goff to elevate a team.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are going to win.
Their weapons are not great now. J-Mo, we didn't even know what he was already, but now he's just not going to get to play even more.
Mm-hmm. They've got Amon-Ra, but if your best wide receiver is a slot guy, you're hurting.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Tight end room sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Sam Laporta is not good. Their running back's good.
Fine. Monty's good, but I still don't love Jahmyr Gibbs, and I don't know how healthy Jahmyr Gibbs can stay.
Gibbs is almost going to be a receiver for them. Whatever the fuck his name is. Giblets, whatever. He's going to be more of a receiver than a running back for them.
And then the defense, I'm still questionative. I don't like their moves in the secondary outside of CJ.
I do.
See, but that's where I just don't think bringing in just Branch is good, but how do you put Branch and CJ on the field at the same time? It's going to be weird. One of them can play the nickel,
one of them can play safety.
Yeah, but either way, you're handicapping one of them basically because they're not. Yeah, just kind of. They're not using their
linebacker.
Yeah, but you have so many linebackers that doesn't make sense.
Fuck it. Put Branch in the middle. Put Hot Rod on one side. Put Jack Campbell on the other. Go Bird.
And then the corners they signed. I know you guys like them more than I do. I don't think you bring in...
It's just because they perfectly fit their scheme. That's my big thing. They are perfect for the type of defense they want to run.
And you're in a division where you're in an NFC where the receivers are incredible. Mid ain't gonna do it.
I get that.
Fuck, even the Packers, Christian Watson's gonna slaughter them.
If he can catch the football.
That's true. We saw that with Pat Pete. He slaughtered Pat Pete, but it ain't matter. So like that's a thing, right? Like, dude, I don't know. I think the Lions are becoming the most overhyped team, and I hate it because I feel so bad for the fans. Because I do. Lions fans are so tortured, and it does finally seem like they're getting better. But you can't just suddenly think you're the best team in football because you're not.
That's the thing. They're tortured, but you gave them an inch, they took a mile. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how far they've gone with it. All of a sudden, Lions fans are some of the most egotistical, stuck-up fans in football. And for what? What have they done?
Right? Like...
Almost looked like they had potential a couple times. Cool.
And like, it's...
And I get it, I'm a Bears fan. I don't have any room to talk either.
Well, at least with the Bears, and even with the Packers, you have Love and Fields where you're going to go... Maybe there's something there, right? We know what's there with Goff. This isn't year 3.
Goff is a top 10 quarterback. He's elite.
This is year 8.
Nope. Goff's elite. Sorry, the Lions have one of the best passing
G with
offenses
a weaker
in football. They have one of the best passing offenses in football. Goff's elite. Sorry.
Ugh.
He had a lot of yards. Surely that means he's very good at
Vikings should win that division.
Right. Barring injury, it should be the Vikings. Like, it's their division to lose. And that's not just me being a biased fan.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a world where, injuries, we're fucked.
Yeah.
If Cuzzo goes down, I'm out. And I don't even love Cuzzo. But I don't trust Nick Mullins. And I'm sorry, rookie Jaron Hall needs some help.
The GOAT.
First.
The GOAT.
We can't, so what's the AFC looking like?
The only one I disagree with in the AFC is the Dolphins. It's Bengals, Chiefs, Dolphins, Jags. All of those I can get behind pretty easily. But
I don't want to do this to myself again. Bengals, Chiefs,
Dolphins, Jags.
Bengals, yes, absolutely. Chiefs, yes,
Ravens,
absolutely.
Jags,
See,
yes,
I like the Bengals a lot right now.
Can I play devil's advocate?
I already have.
I don't want to do it again.
Johnston.
No, that's not even it. But that was fucking rude, by the way. God damn.
That was one of the best things he's ever done.
But I don't know. Can we not talk about the Chargers? I know we all overhyped them last year, so are we trying to avoid them?
I have plenty of faith in the Chargers. Listen, they got the third best quarterback in football. Yeah. He's got a ton of receivers. His offensive line's good. Their defense is good on paper. It's just I'm worried about the defense's ability to execute. That's the story with the Chargers. They have all the defensive pieces. They're either just not healthy or they don't execute. And I think that's a Brandon Staley problem, but nobody's ready for that conversation.
I've been ready for that conversation. Tough. I still think
I know
they
you have been,
Staley. The Chargers are actually the team that scares me the most. For Brian Flores getting a job.
Oh my God, imagine Flores with that defense.
That's why I just really hope the Chargers are really good so that Staley sticks around, because they're the team I'm worried. Because I don't see Flores going to a team that sucks.
Yeah.
I think he wants to go to one of these teams that's good, but their coach sucks. So he can just get right in there and get going. So
Plot twist, Flores is a Packer. Just kidding.
I said it.
They're gonna
no,
suck.
I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna do that. I can't. I can shit on the Packers, but
I just wanted to slander LaFleur.
dude, yeah, he's so not good.
He's so mid. Anyways, Chargers. I see the vision. It's just
Like, it could happen.
have a hard time
It's just like
believing
the
in their
Ravens.
defense.
I think they have a shot. I do really like Cincy though too, but like
The big thing with the Bengals is they didn't get worse.
true. But the Ravens,
They lost Bates, but they
okay, but
replaced
you
him
also
with
have to
Dax
remember
Hill.
the Ravens were close even at the end of the year without Huntley or without Lamar, and that was
Yeah.
last year. And the Ravens got better. Like,
yeah,
a
no,
lot.
for sure.
So I don't know. For the
But you
Ravens,
gotta
it's a
remember,
health
too,
thing.
The big thing with the Bengals is they didn't have DJ Reader for a good chunk of last year,
True.
and that hurts a lot
Oh, yeah.
because
True,
their run defense is literally, hey DJ, we're gonna put like one linebacker back there, maybe two, and you just gotta kind of do everything because we're just gonna man up all of our corners and maybe even our safeties. And he's just
Yeah.
like, okay, and he just does it. And when you don't have him on the field, it's like, BJ Hill, can you do that? And then he just like takes on triple teams and dies, and you run all over them. They ended up like I think 18th in rushing defense EPA per play or something. Like, it's tough.
Yeah. No, I think the Bengals are gonna win the division. I think the Chiefs are gonna win the division. I think the Jags are gonna win the division. The Dolphins could.
Dolphins absolutely.
That's not outrageous either.
Oh, yeah.
So she's looking a lot cleaner for me.
Actually, I'm not going to say that yet. That might be my hot take.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, the NFC was rough for that take, but the AFC's fine.
Yeah. We already talked about this a little bit earlier. It was one of the first takes. Fields 4,000 passing yards.
I guarantee.
I
guarantee it. He will be the first Bears quarterback ever to hit 4K this year. I guarantee it.
Do you think he goes 4K and 1K though?
No, but he will be the first quarterback to hit 4K passing yards in Chicago Bears history.
I don't
I
know
think
if
he
it's
will.
this
I'm not
year.
sure it'll be this year though.
I think it will.
Okay.
I like I said, I guarantee it'll happen.
I think it'll happen. I love Fields. I just don't know if it's this year.
Because here's the thing, with the defense and the way it is, if the defense sucks, Fields is going to be in a shootout every week.
True.
And if Fields is just airing it out constantly,
It's true. I think it's possible. It's possible.
yeah, Fields is going. If he's at least going to be in the high 3,000s at the very least. And that might just depend on how many rushing yards he has. Like, if he runs the ball a fuck ton and ends up with 1,000 yards, he won't hit 4K. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be a more pass-heavy year for the Bears offense. Maybe not right away. I think they'll come out more of a running team like they were last year. But I think as time goes on, they're going to evolve into one of the pass-heavy offenses. You're really going to see DJ Moore unleashed. You're going to see Darnell Mooney unleashed. And Fields is going to end up with 4K. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
God, I wish...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's a trend on Twitter that has my head all goobery. I just wish Rockies fans were like A's fans. Apparently during the A's All-Stars first at bat today, the entire crowd was chanting "Sell the team." Why aren't we doing that when Elias Diaz gets up there?
See what Elias Diaz did though?
Elias Diaz is the GOAT.
See what he did?
No, what did he do this time?
He hit the go-ahead homer for the National League, and they won the All-Star game for like the first time in like ever.
Oh, sick. So that sucks because just yesterday I was talking so much shit on him. Like,
yeah,
well, I said I love Elias Diaz, but like I hate this rule that the MLB has where you have to be.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first saw that home run thing, I had no idea what team he played for. That's how bad it is in Colorado.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was a Rocky.
Well, it's the thing, man. I
didn't even know they had an All-Star this year.
Well, it's because there's a rule that every team has to, and I said that shouldn't exist. So that's why I was shitting on Elias Diaz. Yeah,
What?
every team has to have an All-Star.
That was a rule.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Is Elias Diaz like bad?
I said no. Elias Diaz has been our best player. He's good, but he's not All-Star level.
He's in 277 this year.
Hey, 277's not that bad.
9 homers,
especially for a catcher. But that's the thing. Like, he's good, but he's not All-Star level. But then here he is being the fucking savior of the All-Star game. To be fair,
you need to learn ball, man.
Elias Diaz is the most clutch catcher in football or in baseball. Fuck football.
No, Justin Jefferson's the most clutch catcher in football.
No, Elias Diaz has like 4 walk-off home runs in the last year.
Sick.
Yeah, dude's the GOAT.
But yeah,
sorry.
It's 4,000.
All-Star Game MVP just after I talk shit about him. Yep. I love that for me.
This one, Geek's gonna like this one.
Oh, will I?
Jalen Waddle will pass Tyreek as a better receiver as early as week 9 this season. I don't know. Tyreek Hill's the top 3 wide receiver for me, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
Another
for Jalen
Grayson
Waddle.
take.
I wanna agree, but like,
they're
the
that would be
same
Jalen
player,
top 5, right?
Right. They're like the same player, but Jalen Waddle has the same weaknesses, but he's worse at them.
I don't see this one, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I want to, but I don't.
I think Tyreek will be a better receiver this season.
Unless Tyreek misses the whole season for being a piece of shit.
Good to do that. Yeah,
Tyreek Hill is quietly a big piece of shit, and I hate that. More people should talk about how he sucks.
Right?
It is true. Yeah, it is true.
Bro literally beat some random dude's ass on random dude's boat for no reason.
Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is kid too.
Well, that one was never like. That one was weird. Because they like said so, but it was never like actually confirmed. So I don't know.
And then because he's an NFL player, it just kind of fizzled out, and now he's here.
Right, of course.
But, like,
the only NFL player that ever actually gets in trouble for beating their kid is Adrian Peterson.
True. And like, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, I feel like there's like
you dare play devil's advocate.
No.
But what if?
No. It's different.
He's gonna start talking like a Southern dad from the 1950s. That boy just needs some damn discipline. Ain't nothing wrong with using a switch on a boy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to be fair,
but
he
that's
lives in
the thing.
Wyoming,
It was
so...
that's the issue here. Is I think my sense of reality is warped by backwoods.
The fact that you live in Wyoming. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like if I asked my grandpa about it, he'd be like, "There's nothing wrong with that." If I asked my dad about it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like,
right. And like, I don't know. I'm from the middle of nowhere. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't have kids. I don't fucking know how life
He doesn't
works.
talk to people a lot, so
right. Like
we are a geek social interaction.
Pretty much. My social interaction happens on the internet. The world sees it.
His stream, and Wonder.
Pretty much.
Hero.
That's part of the stream thing.
That's part of the stream thing. Wonder is just a big in-person guest.
That's true, because Wonder lives like relatively close to you, right?
So like 2 miles driving, like half a mile if you could just go straight there.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense then. I didn't realize Wonder.
Yeah, Wonder's like right there.
Okay. Well, that's different then. Okay.
But this last one, we've talked about this team a lot in this episode, but the Falcons had the best offseason in the league this year.
That was Patrick who said that.
Okay. I mean, we just did offseason grades. So where did they? I really wish we had.
I wasn't there for that one.
No, you missed the NFC South, I believe. Yeah. No, you were there.
But they said
you guys asked me.
Best offseason when?
In the league.
Yeah.
This year. They had the best offseason in the league this year. I don't think so.
No.
I think there were teams that had better ones.
It was good, but I don't think it was the best.
It was really good, yeah.
Miller, you've been diving into all of these on your own as well, so...
Yeah, no bias. I would say Chicago had a better offseason.
I agree.
I would say Pittsburgh had a better offseason.
Pittsburgh had a great offseason.
I would say Philly had a better offseason.
I don't know. Philly
they lost a
bunch
of key guys.
Okay, in terms of key guys, they lost what? They lost CJ?
Siamalu.
CJ
Edwards.
Siamalu, both of their starting linebackers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I kind of forgot about the linebackers. Okay. So take them out. But Pittsburgh and Chicago for
Pittsburgh,
sure.
Chicago, definitely. I would say that.
I'm trying to think of what everybody did.
Right.
Didn't the AFC West have a bunch of good off seasons? The AFC North did.
Not
the Browns probably had a better
The
offseason.
Ravens.
The Browns definitely had a better
The Browns definitely had
the Ravens. The Bengals,
Ravens
I would
definitely
argue, had a
did.
better
The Bengals
offseason.
might have even. I think that entire division had a better offseason.
The only thing the
Falcons.
Bengals did was lose Jesse Bates, and they had Dax Hill sitting right behind him.
The issue is they lost both safeties and only have Dax Hill sitting behind them.
Well,
I know Jake's a fan of the other fucker, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head. The other Bengals safety. No, the guy who was just chilling. He's just chilling on their roster. Backup. I thought it was Jake. Am I on drugs?
You look at the roster and
I can't remember.
I like the safety they just drafted. I like Jordan Battle a lot.
Yeah, Jordan Battle's good. Well,
no, I think he's a great Von Bell replacement. On paper, he's a great Von Bell replacement. Yeah. And Dax Hill's a great replacement. They got better up front. They got better at corner. The receiver core got better. The running back room got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody in this roster that I've pushed agenda.
Coaching staff stayed the same.
Was it? Not important. I swear it was Jake. But I'm on drugs, apparently.
The Vikings had a better offseason.
Yeah. See, people will hate us for saying that because, they lost all those big names, so that means bad.
You bring in floors, you completely revamp your secondary. You add Jordan Addison to your offense. You didn't lose anything huge other than the big names, but whatever.
But they weren't huge. Huge names, not the best. Other than... Dalvin Tomlinson is the loss that matters.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
But we kept the only guy that was going to leave that mattered, in Harrison Smith, because he's the only one still good.
I don't really think the Falcons had the best offseason.
I would argue the Jets had a better offseason just by adding Rodgers.
They got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I mean, they instantly made them.
And adding Adrian Amos to an already really good secondary.
Like, Alan Lazard bolstered
their first pick was pretty solid.
The wide receiver room. They had a good draft. And even Will McDonald, you can see a vision with what they want to do with him.
I know.
But yeah, I definitely do not think that Falcons had the best offseason in the league.
No, I don't think they did.
I can't.
Because what did they really do? They added Jesse Bates. They had a solid
Jesse Bates, Calais Campbell, re-signed a bunch of guys, drafted
edge rusher, Lorenzo Carter. They re-signed him.
So they kept Jeff guys Okuda, in house, added a couple.
Traded a fifth for Jeff Okuda.
Jeff Okuda doesn't do anything for me. They had a solid draft.
They had a solid draft, but I don't think
they didn't do anything that blows me away. Like, other than drafting Bajan, but I'm not going to taking a running back.
But also drafting a running back in the top 10 makes it less okay for most people. So I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, that could even hurt their offseason in some people's eyes.
I would argue the Lions are in contention for it, even though I know Geek won't agree.
Yeah.
See, I don't. I'm not a fan of most of their moves. But
they didn't really lose much though, so that's something that they've got going for them.
And I don't know. That sounds so hatery and biased, but it's just I don't know. I don't like.
We've been praising the Falcons this whole episode.
But
no, I mean me and the Lions off-season thing. Sounds hatery and biased.
Okay.
But I love but we've talked about it. I love some of the moves, but a lot of them it's just this doesn't move me. You have to improve, not just be mid.
Yeah.
Jake, you want me to read off some of the hot takes I've got real quick?
What are we at?
We've got about 20 minutes-ish.
Yeah.
We can just fire through them.
Yeah.
First one comes from Dominic. Jalen Hurts, after improving as a pocket passer over the offseason, enters the Mahomes tier for QB1, but still in second place. So he's basically saying Hurts is going to be QB2.
No, I don't see him passing Herbert or Burrow.
I don't either.
Although I could see him passing one of Herbert, Burrow, Allen, whoever that ends up being.
I'm gonna start a narrative. No.
No, I mean if we're just rapid firing these, just initial thought, I don't think so.
I'm gonna be different and say because I've been pushing the Hurts narrative since he was drafted.
I would be on cloud 9 if he did that because I love Jalen Hurts, but realistically, I don't think
I've been pushing the he always gets better narrative since he got drafted, so I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, we've got a couple from AJ, so we're just going to rapid fire these, yes or no. Lions and Goff regress, tie for last in NFC North.
Yes, that can happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Fair.
I don't think they'll tie for last. I still think they're better than the Packers.
Yeah. Schedule differences, though.
Yeah. Russ regresses under Sean Payton. I say no.
No.
Shot.
No shot.
If he does, I don't.
He's a Raiders fan. Let him live.
Yeah.
Go.
I shouldn't laugh. I feel mean. Jordan Love is better than Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Yes.
Shut up, Jake. No.
Fucking Packers.
Garrett Wilson doesn't take the elite jump. No. He will be.
He will be a top.
With Rodgers throwing him the football,
7 receiver next year for sure.
He was already borderline top 10 with.
He was top 10 with Zach Wilson, Mike White, and Joe Flacco. Had 1,500 yards as a rookie. Sorry, 1,100, not 15.
The Dolphins won't do any better than a wild card appearance. I think we can all say. Maybe true.
I think they're going to be the 2-7.
Titans win the AFC South. Not a fucking chance.
No.
Win it.
Was that a Titans fan who said that?
No, this is all AJ.
Unless Trevor Lawrence gets hurt.
Right.
If Trevor Lawrence gets hurt, they'd be the next team up there. But
just because they have the king.
I don't think
they're
the next team up there. I think Houston's the next team up.
Maybe.
It wouldn't be.
I'm also very low. I've realized I'm incredibly low on Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, but earlier you were arguing that.
Dude, you remember the Tannehill?
Yeah, you were
episode?
like the two players that can win. Oh god.
That was a fun. That was a fun narrative.
And then the last one from AJ: Falcons win the NFC South convincingly. I agree.
Convincingly, I don't know, but they will win it. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I love Ritter.
I think it'll be a dogfight still, but yeah.
All right. Another one from Dominic. The Bills missed the playoffs. I can see it.
Stupid. Oh, that was gonna be mine. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm gonna say now. Might probably nothing. Okay. Well, I'll have to think of something else. The Vikings go 0-17.
Okay, agree or disagree with Bills miss the playoffs? I agree. I can see it happening.
I can see it happening. If it's a could they, yes, I definitely could.
Okay,
if it's
but we haven't. We've been sticklers about this the whole time. Will they miss the playoffs? No.
I'm gonna say yes.
So
if this is a could,
only the Jets are making the playoffs for you.
I think the Dolphins have a better chance than the Bills right now.
I don't.
Dolphins would have.
Josh Allen doesn't miss games. Tua misses every game.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's tough.
Best ability is availability.
One, but if we're saying will they? No, they will not.
Okay, next one from Twisted Tree.
Let's go. What is McCorkle
doing? Mac Jones will be borderline top 10 by the end of the season.
No.
Hear me out. Let me play devil's advocate.
There is no advocate.
No, we watched D-Hop make TJ Yates a playoff quarterback.
He wasn't top 10 though.
No, but he made a guy who didn't belong in the league into a starter caliber guy. Can he make a starter caliber guy top 10 if he's on that team? Maybe.
So who's he better than? Kyler, Dak, Kirk, Fields, Stafford, Gino,
Lawrence.
Exactly.
Lawrence, no.
Right.
Cousins, Lawrence, no shot.
Exactly.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, move on.
I tried to devil's advocate it, but it wouldn't work.
No. Right.
Patriots fan?
From Tristan. Yes, big Patriots fan. He gets mad at me when I don't call Mac Jones Jesus. He's not going to like the Patriots team preview. So Tristan, Cowboys get the 1 seed, Eagles go 10-7. No.
I don't know what the Eagles' schedule is, but maybe.
The Cowboys get the 1 seed.
I don't think
the Cowboys.
No. Cowboys could get the 1 seed. I don't think the Eagles will go 10-7. I think they'll be better.
I don't know what their schedule is, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just go. We've gone with will they, so I'm gonna go no, but it's possible.
All right, we're just gonna skip over another Patriots take because they have gotten enough airtime today.
Damn, I apparently should have worn my Patriots Cam Newton jersey. Damn.
All right, and this one comes from Samuel. This is the last one. Anthony Richardson is far ahead of where people thought and wins Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
No.
I don't think he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year because Bijan exists.
I don't know if he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I think he is farther ahead.
Stroud exists, but I do think he's farther ahead. That I agree with.
I agree with half of that. I think he's farther ahead than people think he is right now.
Think Richardson's going to have a shaky rookie year.
He would have to be.
Stroud is going to be at least mid.
Richardson is going to look like Fields did last year.
Yeah.
To be fair, 2 more games, 1 or 2 more games, Purdy's winning Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. We know what happened with Ken Walker and Breece Hall.
Than him next year.
But
that's true. That's fair.
Well, and Breece Hall was injured. Ken Walker didn't get to start until week 5. Bijan is the bell cow day 1. That's the difference. And barring injury, it's cooking. Jake just zoned the fuck out. Oh my god!
I was listening to you the whole time,
dude. You looked like you dissociated for a minute. You were just.
All right, that's the end of those hot takes. Geek, do you have one?
I don't know. I've been trying to cook some up, but like, I don't know. Do I want to I could cook up a bunch of Vikings ones.
No, that's cop out.
Right? I could go with the hottest.
DJ Moore
can I give
top receiver?
You want me to give the hottest Vikings take? That I don't really think is possible, but
Kirk's a Hall of Famer.
No, just for next year.
What?
Kirk and JJ both finished top 5 in MVP voting.
I don't even think that's that insane.
It's a hot take though, because people don't like Kirk.
Yeah.
Which I get, but like I don't know.
I don't think it'll happen, but
I don't either.
There's a world
it
where
could.
It does.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah,
I'm trying to think.
So Jake, you don't have a hot take.
Something
I got
good.
mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we all know Mahomes is on a tier of his own, right? There's another tier in between him and what everyone assumes is the second tier quarterbacks, and it's just Joe Burrow.
I disagree.
Why?
Because Burrow, I like Burrow, but you can't just say he's far and ahead better than Herbert and Allen and even Hurts and Lawrence, because dude can't make every throw. His arm strength can be a problem.
I don't think it's a problem.
I've watched too many plays where he throws interceptions to a guy that's open to the other guys, but he doesn't have the arm strength to actually get it to him.
Okay. So outside of not having an arm that's as strong as Herbert or Allen or Mahomes, what weakness is there to his game?
It's just his arm talent. That's it.
Right.
That's all.
So when you're perfect at literally everything else, it's just that your arm isn't perfect.
Okay, but
I think that's better than Allen, who is incredibly reckless and
so everything is perfect except his decision making. Just his decision making.
I think decision making is more important than arm strength.
It's not just arm strength; it's talent. There's more to it. The ability to make any throw. Burrow can't make every throw. Allen and Herbo can make any throw ever.
I don't disagree with that, but this is my thing. If I want to win football games, I value a quarterback that makes good decisions over one that can make any throw. Because look historically, right? Brady couldn't make every throw.
Sure.
Drew Brees couldn't make every throw.
Okay.
Those are two of the best quarterbacks of all time, and they made their careers completely off decision making.
Okay, but you look at that, and Brees only won 1 Super Bowl and spent many seasons not being able to make the playoffs.
Okay, Brees might be a bad example. Okay, I'll put it like this. This might even be a hot take in and of itself. I see a lot of Brady and Joe Burrow.
No, I think everybody kind of agrees with that.
Okay.
I think.
I would hope so. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And I think because, that's the big thing for me is if I'm building a team and I want a quarterback I know is going to get me out of tough situations and isn't going to cause problems themselves, I'm taking Burrow over Herbert or Allen.
I think I'd take Herbert. Allen's tough.
Yeah, Herbert is my QB3, so I agree. He's the closest to Burrow.
I like Herbert a lot, and he just has the better arm. But Josh Allen is it's the weird thing for Allen of he's maybe the most talented quarterback in football.
I don't think he's more talented than Mahomes.
Allen has the rushing ability that Mahomes doesn't.
It's not like Mahomes can't run.
Okay, but that's like saying Mahomes can run on the same level of Fields and Lamar.
Okay.
Because Allen's on the level of Fields and Lamar.
Okay. Allen's a better runner of the football, but I don't think that makes him a more overall talented quarterback because I think there's a sizable gap in a lot of the other things.
It's the decision making. That's all it comes down to. And it's not even the throws. It's not even just the throw. Because if you actually go watch, most of his throws aren't that bad.
I'll put it this way.
Has bad luck.
If you say most physically gifted quarterback, I think you have an argument. Most talented, I disagree with because I think making good decisions in and of itself is a talent.
No, it's because you can learn to make better decisions.
You can learn a talent.
No, you just have talent.
I don't know.
You can
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
So, I can learn to be as good a singer as Shakira? No, that's a talent.
Okay, but
talent. You're saying the same thing I am. You're just being a hoe about which word you want to
maybe
use, and I kind of want to stab you.
Either way, the point is, the arm strength for Burrow to me doesn't matter as much because everything else is perfect. Literally everything else is perfect. Sure. He's probably the best pre-snap read quarterback in football. His processor is on another level. Mm-hmm. His pocket presence is great. He's great under pressure. He has great chemistry with his receiver. Like, there's not a single thing outside of maybe not being able to hit a bomb down the sideline that Burrow can't do.
It's not just a bomb. That's the thing. It's the tight windows which matter. Because you're
I haven't seen. Maybe I'll have to go back and look, but I haven't seen any throws.
His interceptions, where you'll see a guy be open and then he's not by the time the ball gets there.
Okay, but I haven't seen any throws where Burrow has like a tight window that he should make that he can't.
I have. I'm specifically, I believe, in the Dallas game. No, was it the Steelers game, not the Dallas game?
He threw 4 picks.
Yeah. That was a really bad game. I'm not going to argue.
Those are moments that happen.
He was not able to get it over linebackers.
Herbo and Allen don't throw some of those interceptions. Some of them maybe just because, but in those games, some of those were just Burrow being a fucking idiot. Like, actually.
Well, every quarterback.
I think there's definitely an argument for what you're saying, Miller.
No, I get it, but I don't think he's alone in the second tier.
I think they're all on the same tier.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Or think about it.
Like I said, it's just the fact that Burrow doesn't have any true. I'll put it this way: when you're going
but if you
into
improved
a game
Allen's
Sunday,
decision making by 20%, he's better.
Okay, he's been in the league, 4 years now, and that hasn't happened?
Well, actually, it has, because the first year in the league, he was the worst. Right.
Okay.
So
you went from the worst to
fine. So all he has to do is take that little step into good.
Okay.
Which he's been taking these steps.
Until Allen does that, I'm not going to put him in the same tier as Burrow.
See, I don't know. I
definitely think
Mahomes, then Burrow, then Herbert, Allen, Hurts, Rodgers, Lamar, and maybe Trevor Lawrence also in that tier.
Yeah, Lawrence goes in that tier
at the top of the next year. Okay,
I think Lawrence.
I'm not saying that's
to be
necessarily the order because I think I would probably put Lamar over Aaron Rodgers.
I'd probably move some stuff around there, but
either way, the point is, I
don't know.
It's like
it's weird.
I don't necessarily hate it, but. Yeah,
and that's the reason it's a hot take. It's
right.
not like everyone's going to agree with.
And I have one cooked.
Oh, what did we cook? Go.
Another AFC North quarterback.
Oh no.
Not the one in Ohio.
Okay.
I think that I don't actually know how hot of a take you guys are going to view this as, but I think Kenny Pickett will finish this year as a top half of the league or better starter pretty easily.
No.
I think he'll be a top 16.
No, okay. So here, I gotta do this because we gotta count quarterbacks here. This is important, right?
I think you can be better than 16 quarterbacks in the NFL this year.
So he's not going to be better. This is easy. He's not going to be better than Mahomes, Burrow, Allen.
Kyler isn't going to play, so don't put him on the list.
That's not how life works.
If Kyler doesn't play this year, Kenny Pickett can finish. Like, Kyler isn't going to be part of that ranking after this season, right?
Yeah, he would, because he still is in the league.
Yeah,
you're saying one of the 16 best quarterbacks in football.
Well, just include Kyler in it for the sake of argument. Go ahead.
Sure. Herbert.
Right.
Hurts. Rodgers.
Right.
Better than Rodgers.
Okay.
Not a Packer anymore. I don't have to.
Lamar. T-Law.
Okay.
Let's see. Who? I'll save Kyler for the end, right? We'll just save Kyler to see where that's
Gino, Dak, Lawrence.
Gino, Dak, Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Can't leave out Kirk, boy. I already got Lawrence. I'm trying to think of. I feel like I'm missing a bigger name, but I don't know.
I think Kenny Pickett could easily have a better season than Jared Goff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Goff
Fields
is like right around that 16.
Yeah. Fields, I agree with. Stafford's tough.
Stafford's tough because I don't know if he still has a spine.
I don't know what he's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a spine.
He had a neck injury and an elbow injury. It's like,
Tua.
I don't really know what's going on with him.
I think Pickett can be better than Tua.
I don't. He is a worse decision maker.
I don't think he's going to be.
Decision making's huge. Tua's miles better.
If it's a will be question, I think he won't. I would probably say no.
Arm strength's the same.
Yes.
The back half of the year, Kenny Pickett wasn't a bad decision maker.
Just because you're not throwing picks doesn't mean you're making
He's very
good decisions.
in the clutch.
Just like in Dak's case, just because you're throwing a lot of picks doesn't mean you're making bad decisions.
I'm not saying it's because of interceptions.
Yeah,
I'm saying in big situations, they finished like 5-0.
Kenny Pickett
making the plays they needed to.
Kenny Pickett is like his teammates view him as a very, very clutch player, and he's somebody that's already like earned the respect of his locker room.
Didn't have T.J. Watt for a chunk of the year. Was dealing with a domestic terrorist as his offensive coordinator. His wide receivers, except for George Pickens, all had down years.
And his tight end
because of injury. You're the quarterback. When your receivers are bad, it is your fault.
It's Kenny Pickett's fault that Deontay Johnson can't keep his feet in bounds or can't catch the football.
Maybe, I don't know.
Came back, and that's Kenny Pickett's fault.
Also, Deontay Johnson was objectively better with Kenny Pickett than he was with Mitch Trubisky.
I'm not going to argue that. I don't care about that. He can't keep his feet in bounds. I don't know, when your receiver's running a crosser and you could just not throw it out of bounds, you could like get it in the field of play, so he doesn't have to make incredible catches. Sometimes that's not an option.
Sometimes you have to.
You think it's crazy to say that he can't be top? He can be top half of the league.
I'm saying it's crazy for him to suddenly be better than Tua. Yeah, I think you guys are underrating Tua.
I'm not saying,
that's what this argument started as.
I'm saying
like saying there's no shot.
I'm saying Jared Goff is like
specifically that.
Goff is like. I think Jared Goff right now, if I were to rank quarterbacks, would be my benchmarks like top half of the league.
Carr is tough.
Like 16. I think he'd be 16.
As someone who has defended Carr for years, I think Pickett can be better than current Derek Carr.
I don't know, because last year's Derek Carr was not bad.
Jared Goff 16
right now. He actually
wasn't good either.
Statistically, he was better than most years of his career.
First half of the league.
Hey, go look at how he's playing. He was playing scared. His decision making was out of whack. There's a reason he got benched for Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels exists. I'm sorry. That's like saying there's a reason they chose Garoppolo over him. Yeah, because Josh McDaniels is a moron.
Okay, no coach is stupid enough to take a quarterback that's in the top half of the league and bench him for Jarrett Stidham. There was clearly an issue. He's employed by an NFL team for a reason. None of them are stupid enough to do that.
Urban Meyer was also employed by an NFL team.
Okay,
so was Nathaniel
Meyer is a
Hackett.
fucking anomaly. Okay, Urban Meyer was an anomaly. Nathaniel Hackett didn't bench Russ for a bum. He kept Russ in even though he was struggling. Yeah. Valid. Urban Meyer is a fucking anomaly. He should have never been an NFL head coach.
See,
I don't even think Josh McDaniels is good. He's a bad head coach, but he's still not dumb enough to bench Derek Carr if Derek Carr is playing at the peak of his career. Because peak Derek Carr was a top 10 quarterback.
Sure, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying McDaniels is dumb enough to just use Carr as a scapegoat to save his own fucking job, which is exactly what happened.
Carr was bad enough to serve that. If Carr was even as good as Kirk last year, you wouldn't be able to get away with that.
Sure. Well, that's also not fair. Kirk played last year was Kirk's best year of his career.
What Kirk was what Kirk was before last year. The Kirk me and you hated.
Sure.
If he was even that good, you couldn't bench him. Carr was like Jared Goff level last year, which is mid. Kenny Pickett can be better than mid.
I don't know. I'm still low on Kenny Pickett.
I agree with this one. Miller agrees with this one.
The only issue I have with Kenny Pickett right now, I'm going to put it out there. The only issue I have with Kenny Pickett right now is he does the thing that pretty much every young quarterback in today's modern era likes to do, and that's he bails from clean pockets because he panics a little bit. And I think that's just because we see a lot of young quarterbacks today that are athletic, and when things aren't going their way, they fall back on that athleticism, and that's what Kenny Pickett was doing last year. I think if Kenny Pickett can get more confident, he's going to be in his second year in an offense. Granted, they're going to fuck that up when they just end up firing Matt Canada next year, but I do think next year Kenny Pickett is going to show promise, and I think he's going to make the Steelers look a little bit smarter.
I just think a bad decision maker with a weak arm in
I don't think
cold
he's a bad
city isn't going to go well. He's not that good.
I still don't think he's a bad decision maker.
Okay.
I think he definitely improved on that factor, but we can argue about
No,
this.
you can't improve on
Pickett got better.
You don't just get better.
Saying that somebody who's a bad
He
decision
can't get
maker
better.
can just never make good decisions ever again.
There's a difference
Whose
between Kenny
argument am I
Pickett going. Okay, there's a difference in Kenny Pickett going from a bad decision maker to an adequate one than Josh Allen going from a mid one to one of the best in the
I didn't
league.
say one of the best. I said mid to good, and that's harder than going from awful to mid. Okay.
Not as a rookie. I don't think it is.
With Matt Canada as the one to teach him. Okay.
It worked, apparently. Matt Canada doesn't know how to do anything, but that's the one good thing he did. That's why he's still employed, is because Kenny Pickett looked good. Kenny Pickett single-handedly saved the worst offensive coordinator in football's job last year. And that is an objective fact. Sure as fuck wasn't the run game that saved his career. Sure as fuck wasn't the receivers. It wasn't the defense.
No, it was the
Kenny
fact that the
Pickett that saved
Steelers
his
don't
career.
fire people. You have to commit multiple war crimes, not just one.
He did.
No, it was just the one.
10% of their rushing attempts last year were jet sweeps. That is a war crime. That was the only way they ran the ball to the outside was on a jet sweep.
Yeah.
They ran
because
more jet
Najee is
sweeps than
slow.
outside zone. Even they still have Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren's explosive.
I forgot Jalen Warren existed.
He's explosive. He's a
I don't
decent
know.
running back to run outside zone plays with.
Dude, I am so out on Pickett. He's just
Listen,
not
I
good.
am the biggest hater of the Pittsburgh Steelers on this godforsaken planet, and I think Kenny Pickett can be at least an above-average quarterback.
I just don't.
Kenny Pickett at his apex, I think, can be the Kirk Cousins that you and I thought was overrated, which is still a top 15 quarterback.
I don't know if it is, because we're using the caveat that these guys can't count, so... Because, I don't know, Kyler, Russ, Derek Carr, I still don't know if he can be better than any of them. I don't know if he can be better than
Which
Goff.
again, like Miller said with his take, which is why it's a hot take.
Well, yeah,
Right, like this,
because there's an argument.
certainly
All
going
of
to be
those takes where there weren't
contentious. Yes.
arguments aren't that hot. These are hot.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
heard it here first, folks. The biggest Steelers hater on the planet is a Kenny Pickett believer.
Believer, truther.
God, you're like...
But,
You sound like me when I defend any Broncos player.
true.
Have you ever defended a
Yeah,
Broncos player?
just Pat Surtain,
Yeah, no,
Jerry
yes.
Jeudy. I go to bat for Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, you're
But
one
not
of those.
not like in the weird way. I don't know. People think he's bad, and you're stupid if you think that. He's not bad.
It's mid.
My hot take,
Pretty
Jerry
much.
Jeudy will be a top 5 receiver at the end of this year. There
My
it
hot
is.
take is Jerry Jeudy can't be because he doesn't fit the system. I
Jerry Jeudy
still
can't
think
be
the
because
Vikings
all
should
he
have
does
traded
is
for
run
him.
route good.
True.
Well, that's all. I know I keep saying this, but we're on pace still, so it's okay. For the first 5 years of his career, all Devontae Adams could do was run route good. Bro had the hands of a brick.
Okay, but how many other receivers have followed the Devontae Adams career path historically?
Actually, normally, if you're an incredible route runner, he's probably never going to be a top 5 receiver. I don't think
that's
that.
my point.
But like,
No, he's
can he
not.
be really good? Yeah. Can he be a number 2? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can he
and
be
his-
a low end 1, high end 2? Yes. Can he be Devontae? Probably not. Most people can't be Devontae.
Yeah, listen, at his peak, he could be as good as like Darnell Mooney. I don't think that's crazy.
think
Granted, I
he
know
could be
you hate
better
Darnell
than
Mooney.
Yeah,
This
I'm
guy
low
thinks
on
Darnell
Mooney.
Mooney. This guy's an
Yeah.
idiot. He thinks Darnell Mooney's bad at football.
No, that's not what I said.
Um,
I just think he's
AJ
Darnell
overrated.
Mooney thinks
Better.
Darnell Mooney's better at football. Sadly.
AJ Osborne.
But
Hey,
oh no, not this
disrespect
again. We gotta wrap.
We're
Not
already
this
over
again.
2 hours.
Please.
We got to wrap.
Not this again.
Here's a hot
please.
take that shouldn't be a hot take. Darnell Mooney is better than KJ Osborne.
Agreed.
No.
Moving on. Majority. The consensus of the
That's
Rolling
not
Podcast
his
is
down.
that Darnell Mooney's better than KJ.
Yeah,
Osborne.
no,
on
you're
the
pointing
recording.
at Jake.
Don't
On
burn
my
his house
end,
down,
and
burn his house down.
now you're pointing at Jake on the recording. Let's go.
You're really gonna burn my house down after all I
Burn
got
down
through.
the guy wearing the Calvin Ridley's house.
I'm not wearing Calvin Ridley.
Yes, you are. That is complimentary skin that you have stolen off his back. You suck.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Run the North podcast. Obviously, these hot takes were a fun little segment for us to mostly argue with each other. I mean, we do that every episode anyway, so we figured we would just play into it a little bit here with these hot takes. But that is all we've got for you guys today. Be sure to go check us out on all socials: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Bird app. Go follow us over there at Run the North Pod on all the stuff. Help grow the podcast any way you can. Give us a rate or review on Spotify. Do all the stuff you can on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Yada, yada, yada. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.